As everybody's eating up. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream. Tonight's going to be a pretty exciting stream, everybody. I hope you're all nice and cozy in your quarantine zones. Got your hot chocolate and your I don't know, pizza rolls maybe. I don't know. Whatever makes you happy, because this is going to be. It's going to be a little bit of a difficult stream to get through. It's going to be exciting. There's going to be some ups and downs. There's laughs, there's gaffs, there's goofs, there's poofs. There's going to be all sorts of things in this stream. It's going to be a train ride of emotion, a roller coaster, if you will. We've got some updates regarding Wildlife, the furry who recently got outed. I think she was like a fursuit maker or something too. Apparently she's been around for quite some time. The one that I did the little stream clip about recently, the one who had the apology. Well, it turns out that the apology was not exactly genuine. As it turns out, she's still been doing stuff with her dogs as recently as 2017, and she's gone into hiding. And so that's, you know, shame about that one. Oops. I can't believe we couldn't trust her. I can't believe that. It was so trustworthy, you know, but yeah, you know, that happened. And the other day I was just minding my business, eating my curds and whey on my Twitter. Somebody tagged me in a thing from the one half of the Zoophile podcast that we looked at a while ago. If you remember the stream that I did called like Sex Weirdo Patrol or something like Nonce Patrol, and we looked at like a map podcast as well as a Zoophile podcast. Well, one of the hosts of the Zoo podcast, a horrible man by the name of Douglas Spink, whose crimes against humanity are too numerous to list, died of cancer. Remember, everybody, S to spit. And the one remaining co-host, who I believe now has other hosts, but his name I think is Toggle the Mouse. Yeah. Somebody tagged me in some tweets that he was making. I don't know, and I kind of got like a little bit involved. The thing that got me 100% involved was when somebody replied to one of his tweets about, you know, fucking dogs or whatever, and they were like disgusted, and they said something about me, and he responded to them with this screen cap of some comment, which was just the most hilarious thing. It was basically like, hello, I am a Nazi, and I like DeadwingDork, and I dislike this video. Down thumb. Bad. Very unepic. Not epic. It was the most, like... It was the most convenient comment you've ever seen. I don't know. We're going to get into all of that. It's been some very interesting stuff. There was a whole new zoo weirdo today who was going off about some shit. We're going to look at that. We're going to listen to some of this podcast. We have listened to some before, but we're going to listen to some more today. I don't know. What do you think we should do first, chat? It's up to you. Do you want to do you want to do the Twitter stuff first, or do you want to look at the podcast first, or I guess listen to the podcast first? It's up to you. And how are you beautiful bastards today? Voice sounds funny. Are you sick or drunk? Well, I'm on the way to drunk. I've had a bit of a sore throat today. I might be sick. I don't know. I don't think so. A lot of people are saying Twitter first, so I think we're gonna go with the Twitter first. We have listened to the podcast before. So first, I think we're gonna look at the Twitter. This will be some brand new territory. I've been listening to some FF7 music here. Boy, it's funny how the soundtrack itself is a massive fucking spoiler. Uh-oh. But yeah. I feel like it's fitting music for the stuff we're gonna be looking at. I didn't want to do another stream about this so quickly. I really would genuinely like to stop talking about, like, dog fuckers and kitty diddlers. Not kitty diddlers, but K-I-T-T-Y. I would really genuinely like to stop talking about them, but they just keep, like, being relevant in some way. And, yeah. I don't know. I hope this will be the last time that I have to talk about them for a while. I have gay porn that I'd like to watch, goddammit. This is a wholesome channel where we watch gay porn and gotchi moochi and women eating octopuses alive. Did you know octopuses is actually the right saying, actually? Apparently it's either or. It can actually be octopuses or octopi. We've been lied to all these years. It's great. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna get into the Twitter stuff here. I'm gonna turn off the music. There you go. Been playing the FF7 remake since last night. It's pretty good. Got some complaints with it. Story-wise, a lot of the extra stuff is really cool. Some of it is a little weird. Some of it's going a little too, like, overboard, in my opinion, anyway. And then some of the gameplay stuff. For some reason, the remake is like 200% harder than the original game. I don't know. It's kind of fucking crazy. It's nuts. But yeah. First thing we're gonna do here. I'm gonna go take a look at my Twitter. As long as I still have one. You know, as long as I don't get, like, banned for making fun of, you know, sex weirdos. That can happen on Twitter. Anything can happen. But we're gonna take a look at my Twitter here. And let's see. Quarantine. There you go. Ignore this dumbass's face. It's fine. But yeah, some tweets about FF7 remake here. Normal stuff. We're just looking at some fucking dumbass on Twitter. His name is DeadwingDork. I hate this asshole. He's my deepest, darkest rival. You think I'm joking, but it's not a joke. Anyways, as you can see here, I've been getting into it for the past few hours with Schrodinger's cat over here. And some people are convinced that this guy must be a troll. I think it's possible he's a troll, but I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. You can see, I don't even remember how this fucking... Oh yeah, I remember how this started, actually. Good news, everybody. Good news. The Zoophilia podcast that I tweeted about that was on Spotify has been taken down. Thanks, Spotify Cares. You've done a very good thing. So, the Zoo podcast that we will be looking at in a little bit, the one that I've been talking about, it was on Spotify, and I tweeted it at Spotify Cares, and somebody else DM'd them. Probably some other people did, too. And now it's no longer on Spotify, so let's have a big round of applause for the Sicko Nation, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, okay, Zoomer. Whatever you say, Zoomer. But yeah, so I tweeted about this, and somebody responded with Somebody responded with, "Yay, you took down a creator because you disagreed with them. Wonderful." And Tristan responded with, "Shut the fuck up, Kitty Diddler. If I had an eyebrows, I'd Costanza you so fucking hard." Thank you, Tristan. Very cool. But yeah, this guy tweeted this, and silence animal rapist. No, it's because they rape animals. Dog fucker. Silence animal rapist. So as you can see, that's happening. But yeah, I tweeted that, and then what are you talking about? Jesse and Eris being dead is a good thing. Subscribe to my Necrophile podcast, everybody. It's fine. Stop being bigots. Necrophilia is fine. Yep, and I retweet this guy. I say, yeah, you got me. I disagree with people spreading propaganda about molesting animals. Next. And it goes on. It keeps going on. This guy tweets this to this person who is the one who got this podcast taken down. Big round of applause to Rude Drugs over here. I fucking got them taken down. Bully me, asshole. I'm proud of myself. Let me live in this tiny spotlight. And this Kitty Diddler responds, and that's exactly what it is, isn't it? A tiny little spotlight where others will think positively of you for 5 seconds or 5 minutes. And finally, you feel good about yourself for a while in your otherwise sad, lonely, and spiteful life. I pity you. One retweet by himself. Dum dum dum. That at screams troll. I mean, possibly. Could be a troll. Got a bad feeling about this one. What do you mean? You think it's a troll? Some people are thinking that it's a troll, but it was trolling a few people. I don't know. It's possible. It is possible. That's not really the main act, though. The main act was this. So me ranting about the new PlayStation controller. Look at how dumb this fucking controller is. Why does it have these two stupid jabroni lights on the sides? And why does it look like it has underwear? Anyways. And then somebody responded to this. Zoophiles are welcomed in the furry fandom. Somebody responded to this, or rather, to Toggle here, the person who runs this zoo podcast at the center of the stream. Likewise to you. You're also welcomed, I guess. And it kind of goes on between these people. I disagree strongly and do not respect your opinion. Thank you. I feel the same way. Oh yeah, I fucking remember you from that one DeadwingDork stream. Hope your podcast gets flagged again. LMFAO. Gets flagged? What are you even talking about? You guys got kicked off of Spotify because people flagged you for promoting illegal activity. Well, that was before. I guess it happened multiple times. I guess if you see them on Spotify again, be ever vigilant, ladies and gentlemen. But interesting. :3. Also, from the caliber of YouTube comments we receive from DeadwingDork subscribers, really spells out the kind of garbage his show attracts. Happy to count people like you among our antagonists. Let's have a look at this comment real quick. Found this from DeadwingDork. I'm so glad I'm a Nazi. I'm so glad one of these guys is dead and in hell. Thank God, but I'll send the others to hell. Thank God for cancer. This is like... This is so adorable. It's like if I left a... It's like if I said that somebody left a comment on my stream about them, and and the comment was, "Hello, I am a communist, and I hate money, and I hate white people, and I hate you, but I also like zoophilia. Donate to my Patreon." It's like the most obvious fucking bait. This is such a fucking... I'm so glad. Yeah, that's great. That's wonderful. That's so beautiful. I love it. I love it. It's such a fucking... I don't know if he made this comment to make himself look good, or if somebody else made this comment to make him look good, but found this from DeadwingDork. Hello, I am a Nazi and I dislike you, but I like DeadwingDork. Please do not be zoo. That's good. Very good comment. Apex comment. I love it. But yeah. let's see. Are you actually taking some guy who jokingly says he's a Nazi seriously? Holy fuck, I'm actually gonna cry. DeadwingDork, to bully stream or not to bully stream? Well, chat, I don't know. It's really up to you. Toggle, but grumpy. Once again, high caliber audience. It's all about bullying and punching down. That's why literal Nazis feel comfortable in your midst, and why I have no problem with people like you being antagonists. I like the way he says antagonists like this is fucking like Harry Potter or something. Like this is a turn-based battle and we're doing magic missile. That's not really what's happening. You want to know something? I was playing FF7 Remake today, and there's a character in that game who I would describe as mustache twirlingly evil. His name is Heidegger. This isn't really a spoiler. He was in the original. But he's kind of like, he's got a bigger presence, as everybody really does in the remake, but he's got a bigger presence. He's more of like a center villain in this part of it anyway. And he's mustache twirlingly evil. He's cartoonishly evil. He's like on the nose evil as you can get in a like literally wah-ha-ha. And I thought about something while I was in the midst of one of this game's like 7-hour dungeon sequences, because that's the way FF7 Remake is paced. It's kind of weird. But I was thinking about something. I was thinking, if this character was revealed to fuck puppies and rats and snakes and cats and any other manner of animals, I feel like that would be too far. I feel like it would be too hard for me to ever take seriously a villain who fucks animals. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's too extremely disgusting and depraved of a thing for it to even be like if that was like brought up in a serious context in a show or a movie or something. The bad guy also he's a pro zoo. He fucks dogs. It's like, no, I'm sorry, I can't take that seriously. I don't know. It's like, it's just too comically evil, even for somebody like this character Heidegger. And here you have somebody like this guy who's doing all these heart emojis and stuff. And the thing that got me really interested in doing this stream, the thing that made me want to look at the podcast again, the thing that had me tweeting at Spotify, rev up those emails. Hey, Spotify cares. I can't help but notice there's a pro zoophilia podcast being hosted and supported by ads on your service. Do you guys have anything to say about it? The reason that I got a little bit heated with your rat friend over here is, I don't know. Something about the joking, condescending, like haha, kind of like trolling nature of the way that he acts. This is the one where somebody, Daijobu, tweets at him, "Okay, dog fucker," and he says, "That's fucking adorable. Totally stealing this." That's not, and then he just takes it, and he says that he thinks I've gifted him something. And I respond to Daijobu here. I say, yeah, it turns out in addition to what this guy does to animals, he likes to troll people so they get upset that they can't do anything to stop him from abusing little creatures. Haha, I'm hurting this puppy, you mad? You mad? :333. And as I say, that can be a dangerous way of going through life. I don't know. I certainly wouldn't want to condone anything, but I don't know. Go around long enough trying to piss people off on the internet, and it might eventually work for you. But yeah, so that's kind of what happened. Also, Dried Nut decided that I can't keep doing the content that I do about the things that I talk about because he doesn't like it. So sorry guys. We're now moving on to FNAF Let's Plays and crocheting tutorials, but. I got a little bit heated because of this guy's like :3s and all of this fucking shit. So, let's take a look at his Twitter here. We got fan art and sums it up pretty well. How about a non-zoo being confused by bestiality is illegal? Bestiality is always rape, said a friend's +1 between bites of her bacon cheeseburger. They can't consent. Animals do consent, said the blue orb. Yeah, you want to know something interesting about Toggle here, and a lot of other people I find that do this whole zoophilia thing is I was talking with Ark Archive the Wolf about some of this stuff, and I was getting some stuff about there was a screen cap about I think I have it here actually. Let me bring this up. There was a screen cap about it was from Toggle and it was on some forum, and it was talking about eating meat. And he says, I thought I'd weigh in here as a zoo who just ate a couple of hot dogs for dinner. So here's well, you know, that's not actual animals. That's like I don't even know. That's like beaks. So here's my unsolicited opinion. That's pork beaks, everybody. Meat consumption is healthy in moderation, but the fact of the matter is that in the U.S. and in other developed countries, our meat consumption is not sustainable and contributes significantly to global warming. So, you know, we go through this thing, and he's talking about how he likes eating meat. I believe can be done in an ethical, responsible, and respectful manner. And the thing that Ark said to me, which was very astute, which I very much agree with, and I didn't really think about this when I first looked at it, but it really put it into context. Ark said, imagine if somebody who exclusively fucked humans and loved, quote unquote, loved humans, said that it was eating humans could be done in an ethical, responsible, and respectful manner. I don't know. Guys. Doesn't that kind of put it into context just a little bit? It's very interesting stuff. That one just caught me as pretty interesting. And he goes through here, and I wish Doug were here. Yeah, Doug, the guy who oh god, I wish I could jump to some fucking stories about Doug real quick. Oh Jesus Christ. Doug was a fucking disgusting individual. I will never ever be convinced that anti-zoos give a shit about animals. They never do. It's all about being disgusted and persecuting the objects of their disgust. Anti-zoos are disgusting, miserable creatures with nothing to offer the world but hatred and strife. Cloud strife, baby. Oh god. Oh jeez. Came really hard thinking of gay rat tummies. I'm gonna make you squirm and purr, pretty kitty. Barbs is the zooey way to talk about cat cocks. Good god. So, yeah. Animals don't have sex to make babies any more than humans do. All these facts. If you care about animals so much, stop castrating them, stop desexualizing them, stop pretending they're helpless babies who are they literally have the intelligence of like a toddler. But I'm not going to have that argument necessarily. I just thought it was valuable to take a look at his Twitter briefly. And there was another thing that I tweeted today, actually. A little question that I would like to just generally pose to anybody who thinks it's okay to put their dick in an animal. What's the age of consent for an animal? What's the age of consent for an animal? If an animal can consent, and an animal can be, yes, I want to fuck you. What's the age of consent for an animal? Can we have is there an answer for that? I guess 18 in dog years, whatever that is. So that's just a question I'd like to generally ask to people, but, oh, that's the wrong thing. There you go. More music. Oh no, it's muted. Never mind. But yeah. So, this guy says to someone to briefly go back to him, bro. Animals are so smart, bro. We can't understand them, bro, but we can still have sex with them, bro. Can't understand them, bruh. Read a book. What did I say? Yes, reading. Another fine thing an animal isn't intelligent enough to do. Lol. What's your point? You know what? Maybe you are mentally on par with the goldfish. Never mind. Continue your zoo sadism, bro. Okay, hand emoji. So, yeah, I don't know. I wanted to share that with the class, I guess. But we're gonna take a look at the podcast now. We're gonna move on over. I guess I just wanted to inform some people about this stuff that's been happening. I thought it was kind of worth talking about. It got me a little bit annoyed. It got me to want to take their fucking podcast down from Spotify, and I'm glad that that happened. It would be nice if it was no longer on YouTube, but then I guess we wouldn't be able to have the joy of watching it tonight. So, at least there's that. But yeah, I don't think I'm allowed to tell people to mass report something, but, I don't know, if you see anything illegal or, hateful or promoting illegal acts on the stream tonight, I don't know, that could happen. You could see that, and, I can't tell you what to do about that. Anyways, we're going to read a couple super chats here, and then we're going to get into the podcast itself. Podcast proper. Let's see. Let me get some music happening. Get some good tunes. There you go. That's good. That's the good stuff. $5 from Chrissy Senpai Art. Payment for keeping my essential worker butt sane and wanting to commit not alive a little less in this insanity. Well, thank you for being an essential worker. I'm happy to help in any way that I can. I hope you have a good stream. $5 from Mr. Skittles Maniac 1. Ready for yet another Snagit spicy combo of Snake Thing and the F slur. Bully stream, Dr. Claw. Well, who says this is a bully stream? I never said that. But I like the term Snagit. I think I'm going to use that. That's good. That's good. $10 from Muda Cham. I usually wait post-stream to have the recording to help me drift off to sleep as you read about pamper chew feet and legitimate dog coitus. So thanks for all the degenerate lullabies, Claw Daddy. Heart emoji. Well, you're welcome. Thank you for enjoying them. $18 from Murphy Merp. It begins! $2 from Mew Ichigo. Oh god, horror music. $5 from an evil taxi. $5 for Big Sengi. He rise. $2 from Defter Tuna. Why do I hear boss music? Well, I felt like the Sephiroth music was appropriate for today, the launch of FF7 Remake, and also for our boy, the subject matter at hand. $5 from King Glass Tooth. Hey, Kloppa, I literally can only stay long enough to write this super chat. Take my money, and I look forward to seeing the archive vid later. Well, thank you very much, and I look forward to having you watch it later. Enjoy whatever else you're doing. $10 from the Three Side House. Dude, I was on their podcast, and it was such a weird experience. It's the episode titled Lucid Moments, Season 1, Episode 7.5. I'm not joking. Faking niceness sucked, but I was civil, I guess. I mean, we might have to check that out. It raises questions as to why you were there, but, we'll take a look at that one, maybe. $50 from Trugdo. Shut up and take my money. Hand hook door car man. Well, I mean, if you say so, Mr. Trashman profile picture. I will do so. Thank you very much. $2 from Fidgety Penguin. Bro, you got 100k subs. Where's the play button? I think I need to ask for the play button, and I don't know if I care. I don't think I want a play button. $5 from Ozark. Zooier than thou deserves the coronavirus. $2 from Nenile. Drinking with the boys. Let's get into it. That's right, scooting with the boys. We got a boy over here, a boy over there. The wind in our hair. We got a couple boys in the back. And we're just out for a scoot and a drink, $2 from Mama Catswell. Clawfather the Kringe is too much. Send help. I mean, that was at 7:34. We hadn't even gotten into the stream yet. I'm sorry, but I don't think you were prepared. $5 from Rufus the Hunnel Prophet. I've been a furry for years now, and I can say that the entire fandom is sick of zoos. They think we accept them, but we hate them more than most people. I mean, I don't know, bro. You say that, but the fucking site director of Fur Affinity literally is harboring them, so I don't know. Oh yeah, they removed Wildlife, the dog fucker from that video. They removed her from Fur Affinity. I guess the pressure finally got to them, so how about that? There's a couple of silver linings here and there. I've also been informed that apparently multiple people have informed the police about what she's done. So, you know, S is in chat, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure many of you, oh, voice crack, very cool. I know many of you probably do dislike these people, and that's fine. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people in high places of power who seem to be accepting of it, or even worse, participating in it. $2 from Hippie Ginger Jesus. Lull me to sleep, Claw. I gotta be at work at 5 a.m. Well, you know, I hope the FF7 music and my terrible voice is contributing to your sweet dreams. $2 from Batty Boo. First time catching you live. S to spit. $10 from some jackass. Can this be a drunk stream? Apparently, I'm working 6 days and 60 hours a week now. How the fuck? How does that even happen in an apocalypse? What the fuck, dude? You must be the most essential of workers. Are you the president? I mean, it makes sense. You've got a Sangi avatar. It would make sense. But yeah, I don't mind making it a bit of a drunk stream. Not as much as the last zoo stream. Jesus Christ. Or rather, the last time we looked at this zoo podcast. I got fucking... That was a bad time. That day was a wake-up call, ladies and gentlemen. Drink responsibly. $2 from Mr. Curie. Hi, Claw. I hope you're happy and healthy. Well, you know, shorter of breath, another day closer to death. Or something like that. I think that's how the lyric goes. $2 from Zeth Chavez. This is going to be unbearable. Funny pun. It's a very good pun. I appreciate it. $2 from Grim Cathedral. I'm so glad you're talking about this. Well, again, I hope that this can be maybe the last time we have to fucking talk about dog fuckers and rat and cat and bat fuckers for at least a little while. But every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in. Much like the dogs that these people own. So, Kyrie Golden with $5. Clawfather, tell my girlfriend watching that she's the best wyvern. Ooh woo. Well, I think we've got an unironic ooh woo in chat, ladies and gentlemen. But you know, you're the best. You're the best wyvern. Better than the rest. A lot of people don't like wyverns because they're not like proper dragons, and they've got like, I think they're, I don't know, they're different somehow. But you know what? Wyverns are fine. You do you. $5 from Oscar Bandolo. Violent J's daughter is a furry. You know, this isn't turning into the Spanish Furquisition. I'm not out to like lynch every furry. I'm just out to raise an alarm about, you know, horrible crimes against humanity whenever is even. And also just sometimes just funny shit, you know. $5 from Frog on a Wall. Glad I grew up having a fetish for short-haired, vaguely black women like Alex from Half-Life and Casca from Berserk, and not animals. Love you, Claw. I mean, those are some apex choices, my friend. You know, good choices. Yeah, that's good, Shinra Company. I think we're good on that. We're gonna move on back to some stuff here. Get this over to that one real quick. And yeah, we're gonna be taking a listen, I guess, to the Zooier Than Thou podcast being run by. Oh! Before I do this, hang on. Before I do this, I need to check something. Hang on. Ark says apparently the cops showed up at Wildlife's place yesterday, so apparently it's not legal to fuck dogs when you live in California, which I mean, I'm not trying to get anybody's info out there, but I mean, that's public record. But I did want to show this one. This was before she privated everything. Today's events have shaken me to my core and filled me with shame and regret. I'm stepping away from Twitter while I get professional help. I'm sorry to everyone who's been hurt by my actions and failures, and I take full responsibility for them. Well, I mean, you apologized last time for fucking dogs and said that you hadn't done it since 2008, and now it turns out that there's proof that you've been doing it since at least as recently as 2017. So, yeah, I don't know if I really care about your apology that much. As Turbotastic here says, don't come back. As long as you didn't harm any animals, you didn't fail, says Equal Equine. You are loved and accepted. She failed hard. Yeah, quite hard. Harder than her puppy. So yeah, that's the wrong thing. We're gonna take a look now at as I said, the Zooier Than Thou podcast, the one being hosted by that Toggle fella, the OO cutesy rat guy. And as I was saying before, I got pretty annoyed with him. I got pretty annoyed when I saw what he was like tweeting, and I saw the way he was acting, and I saw the way that he was kind of like joking around, and he was joking around with people who were responding to his tweets, and he was like OOing at them and all this shit, and I don't know, man. I don't know. It's all fun and games to you, I guess. It's all just zoo positivity. Haha, we're going to make jokes about it. You're not going to bring us down cuz we're positive. We're zoo positive. It's all just funny ha-has and jokes when you're the one that's penetrating your dog, I guess, or your mouse or whatever. Funny thing, apparently Douglas Spank, the dead co-host of this podcast, really like to do some fucked up shit with rodents. So I'm not sure if Toggle is aware of that one. Probably is. But we're gonna take a look here. I'm just gonna jump to a random page here because I apparently don't have this bookmarked, but that's fine. This is some guy who I'm sure we'll look at some point. Don't worry about this one, chat. Just don't worry. But yeah, Zooier Than Thou. And again, we've listened. Shut the fuck up. We've listened to this before. There was a stream that I did a little while back about a map podcast, Minor Attracted Persons. And this podcast, as well as this guy Archiebot, who, I don't know, man. I think I talked about him for 5 minutes before I needed to go and pass out for the rest of the day. That was a rough stream to get through, but yes, we have looked at this. Podcast before, and we're gonna just jump into one of these. I don't know. We did look at this one, which is a eulogy for Spink, the dead one. Let's get another big ol' S to spit, Chad. I think we need another one. But eulogy for him. We saw that, and but now we're gonna take a look at, why not this one? Around the World, Sweden, Svan, because everything bad comes from Sweden. Oh yeah.
Visit us online at zoo.wtf.
Remember, chat, this is this guy's fucking voice. Just saddle the fuck up.
Greetings, listeners, and here's some extra bonus content for your Zooier Than Thou needs. Now, of course, when we said bonus content, we didn't simply mean things like bloopers and outtakes. We also want to share some of the extra interviews that we've had that are fantastic, but may not fit with the theme of a particular
just
episode.
Fantastic.
This is one of the interviews that we did for our Around the World series.
Volume is low. Sorry about that. Raise the volume real quick. There you go. Sorry about that.
This is with a zoo from Sweden named Svad. Now, there are some audio glitches because we were using a different system than normal, which had noise canceling turned on. So that's unfortunate, but I think you'll enjoy this interview. It was a lot of fun.
This guy talks like Schmarky, and it just.
So without further ado, here's our interview.
He sounds like Ellen.
Welcome back, fellow zoos! Today we are interviewing Svad from Sweden. And
yo, what is up, fellow zoos?
He is going to be talking to us from the other side of the pond, as we, of course, do not want to have an American-centric kind of zoo perspective when I gather.
Yeah, you really want to get perspectives on all the different breeds from around the world, really. You want to know which ones have like vagina dentata or whatever. By the way, I think he pitches his voice up so as to not be like, known. Because once again, I said this before in the last stream where I looked at this podcast, but I think I said this about the map people, but it applies to these people too. These people will claim till they're blue in the face that they're proud of this and that. But I'm pretty sure this guy pitches up his voice because he doesn't want people to know who it is. And I'm pretty sure that if this guy was offered a chance to like show all of his zoo, if he was offered to come out as like a big zoo pride person to his fucking friends and family, I don't think he would really want that. I don't think that would be something that he would want. I feel like that would. I feel like they would probably shun him, and he probably wouldn't want that. So I don't know. Just a thing to think about as you go ahead here. Every time someone claims that they're a proud zoo, that pride only goes so far. It's not exactly something like being gay, where you can actually like be proud of the fact that you're. Well, I mean. Frankly, you're just the same as everybody else. I don't know. I don't really know if you necessarily need to be proud, but you don't need to be without pride that you're anything else or whatever. But you know, what I'm saying is, it's not like that. You know, with these people, again, the pride only goes so far.
Perspectives from around the world. So thank you, Svad, for joining us today.
Oh, you're most welcome, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're excited.
You're
so
right.
I will ask you this: we kind of have discovered there are different types of zoos. Like, you know, I'm more of a canine zoo. Doodle's more of a horse zoo.
Equine only.
Yeah, where would you fall?
I would fall into the primarily equine zoo because that was.
Yay!
That was the one that was key, essential to discovering. Discovering this. It was one of the lifesavers of which I've had. The other being
the lifesaver that he had. First of all, I thought he said lightsaber, but apparently finding out that he really likes fucking horses is a lifesaver. It really depends which end of the spectrum you're on that one, and whether you're pitching or receiving. The lifesaver, I don't know. You might I don't know.
A canine.
Mr. Hands comes to mind.
Lifesavers that which you've had.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
The first time I had been in a very bad place. Mentally, if you wish.
Friendship is not magic.
And
yeah, bro, I don't think you can say that you were in a bad place mentally and then you fucked a horse and you stopped being in a bad place mentally. I think you might have just reached like Nirvana level fucked up in this.
The main, being bullied very badly at school, I did not have much compassion for humans as a total. And I basically just wanted to quit, if you wish.
Someone says stop comparing zoophiles to gays. I'm not. I'm saying that the way they go on about their zoo pride and they compare themselves to LGBT groups, which they always fucking do. Same with the map people. They're always like, well, you know, the gays used to be but it's not at all equatable. It's not at all similar, because again, you can come out to your parents and be like, you know, proud of the fact that you can do that. None of these people are going to be able to look their fucking mother in the eye and say, yeah, I fuck goats.
And just throw in the towel, lay myself down about 6 feet under, and just take a break for the rest of the life.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was after we moved back to Sweden, I, for some reason, jumped in and got to know this one mare. And that was basically, it was like coming home, if you wish. There was compassion. Nobody who would judge you for who you are.
So let me get this straight. This motherfucker was getting bullied, and he decided to go and fuck horses and hope that that would stop the bullying. Okay, then.
And it was very platonic in the beginning. And then, of course, came the exploration. And But it did take a while,
Right.
to get to that stage.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Then with the dog,
Mm-hmm.
I was in a very bad situation, which
I'm sensing a theme. You victimize little small creatures, and well, I guess not all small. I guess horses aren't exactly, on the same wavelength. But even still, you victimize animals that can't consent every time you're just having a bad day. Oh, Chad, have you ever had one of those days where you're just down? You bought an Oculus Rift and your VR porn isn't working, and you don't meet the proper requirements, and then your speakers break, and then you realize you're out of booze, which I can't relate to. That's the one thing in that I can't relate to. But and then you just you're like, man, this has been a day. This has been a whole day. Boy, I just really need to go put my dick in a snake. I don't know. I have an urge.
I felt I really couldn't get myself out of.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a Great Dane at the time, and because there was so much love from her and separation anxiety from her side, I felt that, well, I can't end everything and leave her alone because she would not be able to survive that.
Yeah.
And the way I saw it, and still do,
I feel like if you had to have a horse fucker in your life, or not have a horse fucker in your, I don't know. If I was trapped in a well and I needed to be rescued from the fucking well, and I got offered to be rescued by this guy who fucks horses, I don't know. I feel like I could scream loud enough someone else could hear me.
she was innocent
You don't need
in
to
this
save me.
whole thing, and I just couldn't leave her because, well, that would be the end of her.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we can all empathize with
definitely.
that here.
So, and that would be very selfish of me to
Right.
just think of.
Very sailfish. Okay, well, that's fine. We're talking to Svan. But let's move on to another one here. Let's do an older one. Let's do one that still has Douglas. The dude who I've heard described as he would have surrounded himself in a vest of puppies if he thought that it would stop the police from shooting him. That's what somebody described him to me as once. So let's go listen to one with Douglas. Let's watch 7.5, the one that guy said he was on. Again, I don't know why you were on a fucking zoophile podcast, my scrow, but that's between you and God, I guess.
Zooier Than Thou podcast contains mature content and language and may not be suitable for younger audiences.
Oh, someone in chat asks how this is allowed on YouTube. It probably shouldn't be. I don't think they're aware of it. That's a very small channel. Before we get into this, it's very small. They don't say how many subscribers they have, but they don't have more than... Okay, they got 1,000 views on one of their videos. Okay, 1.1k on another one. So pretty small channel. Pretty small channel, all things considered. I don't know if YouTube is that aware of it. I'll say that Spotify got rid of them pretty promptly when Spotify found out about what they were doing. And I'll also say that let me just go and do something real quick because I feel like I need to do something. Hang on. Let me just do this. Now, chat, I can't tell you one way or another what to do. I can't tell you to report this channel because I'm not allowed to. That's a bad move. I can't suggest such a thing. So I'm not going to suggest anything like that, but what I will do is I'm going to report this video for violent or repulsive content, hateful or abusive content, harmful, dangerous acts, promotes terrorism. I don't know, chat. What do you think? Again, I'm not suggesting that anybody in chat follow suit, because that would be wrong. I can't do that. But I'm just wondering, what do you think, chat? What do you think I should... I don't think I'm allowed to pick all of them. I'm not gonna do terrorism, but let's abusing vulnerable individuals. I mean, that kind of constitutes that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and report this. And again, I'm not saying anybody else should. I'm in no way suggesting that. But you know, provide additional contact, additional details. This podcast. Oh, sorry. This podcast promotes zoophilia and the harming of animals. Maybe actually the endangerment. Is endangerment a word? I guess it is. The endangerment of animals. So I'm just gonna go ahead and report this. This is just me doing this. I'm not suggesting you should do this. I'm not suggesting anybody in chat do this. But I'm gonna do this, and yeah. So you know, just wanted to do that real quick. That's just my thing. That's unrelated to the rest of the stream. I just thought I'd do that real quick. But let's get back to the stream. 1.75. Let's watch.
The Zooier Than Thou podcast contains mature content and language, and may not be suitable for younger audiences. Thanks for your understanding.
Greetings, fellow zoos, and welcome to a recursive episode of Zooier Than Thou. I'm the president of Andorra, Fausti.
And I'm Vice Chancellor Toggle von Radicus.
And we are absolutely the zoos you were looking for.
Zoos! Twitter is on fire!
And we're roasting marshmallows.
Cross-Species Alliance has made the ultimate transgression,
hang on.
getting a third-tier Peter Griffin
Someone in chat, Peter Griffin? What?
parody account banned for posting death threats.
Oh god, okay. That's great. Somebody in chat says, hang on. Somebody in chat says there's an animal abuse option under repulsive content. Hang on, let me check that out and make sure you're right about that. Don't just a sec. Let's go to this one here. It's an older video, but that's fine. Now we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna repulsive content, I think you said. Yeah, animal abuse. There you go. Okay, good. That's good. Good. This podcast promotes. Okay. Very good. Very good. Thank you, chat member, for that valuable information. I just had to go and do a thing. Well, let's get back into it.
I have to say, zoos, the Twitter landscape has changed a lot for the better, sort of, since 2015. Sort of. There was a time back then.
Remember, chat, I'm not suggesting anybody do this, and in no way would I ever suggest that you brigade anybody, because that's wrong. But, I mean, I decided to report them. I saw some stuff that's illegal and promotes animal abuse. So, I mean, I don't know. That was just my decision.
Tweeting about being a zoo and standing up for the rights of non-humans meant you might have a psychopath with gun felonies on his or her record.
Standing up for the rights of non-humans. I love the way they phrase it, and it's honestly pretty genius, the way they phrase it as like, oh yeah, we're standing up for their rights. No, you don't understand. You're oppressing the animal by not letting me fuck it. I love that. That's beautiful. That's honestly, whoever came up with that one should be working for some kind of politician, because that's
go up in your backyard with threats to kill you.
Now it's 15-year-olds on parody accounts wielding weaponized SpongeBob and JoJo memes. Completely in over their heads. Times have definitely changed. But listen, folks, they really are just kids. We've all done stupid shit when we were kids, and with luck, they'll grow.
Yeah, they're just kids. You know, like the mental age of the animals that you fuck. Again, I don't know. The guy that I was arguing with on Twitter earlier said something about like, well, why don't you debate and discuss with them instead of reporting something for talking about stuff that you disagree with. And I was like, I don't know, man. I don't talk to animals, so why the fuck should I talk to you? Stop fucking cats, and I'll consider it. But I mean, legitimately, I would love to ask I really would love to ask somebody who isn't probably a troll like that guy was. I would love to ask a proper zoophile What's the age of consent for an animal? Like, how do you... Because the way I see it, the only way you can justify being a zoophile by that measure is also being a pedophile. As far as I'm concerned, they're linked. Because if you ask that question, they're either going to say, well, and then their head's going to explode like scanners, or they'll have to say, well, whenever they're ready, I guess. And it's like, oh, okay, so, you know, that's
out of their foolishness. In the meantime, if you're a kid listening to this, first of all, there's a clear adult content warning at the beginning of this episode, so maybe it really isn't appropriate for you to delve into issues of adult sexuality. And second of all, there is so much cool shit you could be doing right now. Play Fortnite, run a Twitch stream, hang out with friends. Don't waste a Saturday night posting death threats on Twitter.
Someone in chat says, just ask YMS. And there's a video that's been on my feed recently from YMS Highlights, who is not YMS, but it's a channel that just does like stream clips of his, and he's pretty cool. He watches my channel too. Like him. I like YMS too, which is why I was interested to see that there was a video about YMS and his actual stance on zoophilia. And as much as I would love to be done with this and not cover zoophilia again for a while, I kind of would like to hear. I'd kind of like to watch that and maybe, like, I don't know, react to it in some way. Like, I don't know. I feel like that might be worth looking at some point. Because again, I like YMS. I'd like to give him the benefit of the doubt. So I mean, people are going to be mad at me and tell me that I've gone soft on the zoos or whatever. But I mean, I don't know. That's just
there's so many other cool things to do.
Yeah, kids are awesome, and being a kid is awesome. And all we have to do is look at Greta Thunberg and others like her who are leading climate change campaigns to see that not only are kids legitimate, kids, we're using that term for anybody younger than Toggle, how about?
Okay.
Kids are leading the way in so many
Kids are awesome, everybody.
ways today, and there's so much that we who are no longer kids learn from kids. So there's nothing about
How
this
much time are you spending around kids there, Doug? Boy, it's a shame that cancer didn't take you
that is
sooner.
looking down our nose at kids or in any way suggesting that young folks don't have legitimacy. Not at all.
But stop wasting your time doing stupid shit. Get out there and change the world.
Yeah, that. Exactly. Because...
Yeah, get out there and change the world so it's more acceptable for me to stick my dick up a gerbil. That's
you know, posting memes at my cross-species account on Saturday
I think they call that the bad future in Sonic Seed.
night is not changing anything. Like, that is really sad, and there are so many better things to do.
We're just muting you.
Yeah. Also, you shouldn't be listening to this because if you're underage,
Yeah, please.
Like Toggle said, honestly, there is an adult warning on here, and you're not supposed to be doing that. So, I don't know why we're talking to you. Anyway.
Again, how old are the animals that you sleep with? How old are they? What's the age of the animals that you sleep with? How can you decide? Because usually with humans, you know, we got this system we've worked out in most civilized places where it's like, okay, well, you're done with high school. You know how to speak the language and do math. So you can probably make that decision for yourself. But I don't know with animals. Is it once they learn a bunch of tricks, you're able to fuck them? Is that how it is? I don't know. What's the...
All right.
Yes. For zoos on Twitter in the thick of this, remember not to give these accounts...
Depends on the animal. Thank you,
Carl. Kids are running
Benjamin.
legitimacy. There is additional Twitter mumbo-jumbo, technical stuff that has to do with the way social media platforms sift through stuff to decide that valuable content comes to the top and what type of content does not. That in turn determines who sees what.
We acknowledge that kids might listen to this, but we're still going to post it here. Don't forget to like. Yeah, I mean, you know, what? Trust me, I think a lot of these people would prefer if children listen to this because this is, make no mistake about this, this is propaganda in every sense of the word. This is zoophilia. This is zoophile propaganda meant to, like, normalize it and spread these arguments that are, like, vaguely kind of close to something that almost makes sense, enough that a stupid person might go, oh, okay. There was somebody that was responding to this rat fucking, this Toggle guy, there was somebody that responded to him on Twitter that said something, and this person followed me, so that was alarming. But they said like, "Oh, I appreciate how respectful you are. I don't agree with everything you say." It's like, this is the kind of fucking yokel that's buying into this dumb shit. They make their shit sound slightly convincing. It's like a cult. It's like you wouldn't buy into Jonestown if they didn't make it sound somewhat convincing. That's what these fucking people do, and then they spread their fucking propaganda, and that's what this podcast
over the total
is.
population on the platform. There's a bunch more technical algorithmic stuff like that we could go on about forever. But the basic thing is that all of these
Cucky
accounts,
cheese? I like that.
whether they're fake zoos, fake zoo police, fake political operatives, whatever, they're fundamentally psyops campaigns. They're trying to trick observers on the platform into thinking that they represent something real and important, but they're just totally fake.
Well, we're making the sacrifice of opening my window because it's very warm in my bedroom. The sacrifice being that now my neighbors get to hear me yelling about people that fuck cats. So, I mean...
So any interaction with them tells the platform, via the algorithms that are making such decisions in real time, and human observers actually reading the output of fake accounts, that what these fake accounts are doing is legitimate. Hence, avoiding interactions with those fake accounts is critical to defanging the psyops element of fake social media campaigns. This is easy.
What the fuck are you talking about, you rat fucker? He isn't the rat fucker. He's the dog over here. The one that you were just listening to with the deeper voice is the one who died of cancer. Who apparently liked to... I'm not sure. Is Ark in chat? Ark told me something about somebody, and I'm not sure if it was Caro or this guy here, the dog. I'm not sure if it was Caro or the dog who had a thing for putting a rodent into his snake's mouth and then like fucking the snake and coming in the snake and then like hearing the mouse digest with the cum. I think that's something that I heard about. And I'm not sure if that was from Douglas over here, the dog, or if that was from Caro. There was some discussion. I think it was from Douglas. But either way, Toggle better watch the fuck out, I guess, because it sounds like he's on the menu.
Wanted to talk to us about his perspective on the podcast, and so we have actually taken some time.
Oh, you guys never heard about that one? Sorry about that one. Hope you weren't eating.
And what follows is that, and then we've also asked members of our zoo community to weigh in on the situation and see what they felt about the interview as well. So,
by the way, yeah, the guy who I just said that about is the one who died of cancer. Let's get one last S to spit.
Rather than just having this be a bad situation that somebody got into and behaved badly towards our community, we thought that there was an opportunity to have a discussion with Lucid and to see where he was coming from, share a little bit more about where we're coming from, and see what might happen.
I mean, either that or somebody else.
This interview with very open minds, although there is some criticism of me after the fact that is, I think, appropriate.
Criticism of you? Never. Who would ever criticize you, Spink? Let's jump to 50 minutes. Why not? See what happens. Apparently somebody in this podcast was in our chat and said like I had to pretend to be friendly to them. Or
like something. You've been having a long series going.
I don't know if this is maybe that person who's talking now, but I mean, I don't know if they're undercover as a zoo or maybe they just are a zoo and they're here. And I mean, I don't know, but I mean, they gave me $10, so... If you are a zoophile, please, I don't want to touch your money.
So I can assume that you guys know that it takes a while to get this stuff going. It takes a long time to develop how you want to work on this. And I'm still trying to develop on this, but more or less what I'm trying to go at is damn it, I lost my train of thought. Fuck. It was something about Wolf. You were saying something, Wolf. I forgot what it was. But,
Wolf said something about...
While you're gathering that thought, I wanted to share, I think, on behalf of Toggle and I and the Zooer Than Thou podcast.
Hang on. Some people in chat are talking. I guess since I mentioned Caro, it would be probably an appropriate time to go over some things here. I'm gonna look through some of the DMs from Ark about some of this stuff. And Ark was sending me. Yeah, okay. This is some interesting shit. April 9th. That's a conversation between. Apparently Douglas Spink posted child pornography somewhere, so that's a problem, or had it, or something. Let me see. Sorry, chat. I'm just looking up some interesting stuff right now. Give me a sec. Proof they had the logs for months and did nothing. This is about the zoo sadism leaks. Apparently they were aware of it for months and they did nothing until they could play hero about it on their podcast. And let's see. They didn't bother to do anything with the logs. I don't think they even bothered to read them. Doug and Ratboy didn't even know who Snake Thing was on their podcast. The only thing Doug did was attack people who went after Caro, slandered and doxed people, and came up with a bunch of lies to water down Caro's guilt. So, as we go through here, I mean... Wildlife situation. Oh, yeah. There's this image, which is interesting. Bring this up here. We have been provided non-publicly with approximately 1.4 gigabytes of additional archive materials, which, it is claimed, include further dispositive materials, including videos, blah, blah, blah. And Ark says here, okay, that's... Okay, keep in mind the date here is underlined. November 18th, 2018. 1.4 gigabytes of additional archive materials. And then there's this. 1.1 gig of archive materials as of May 24th, 2019. And Ark would just like to know, where did the other 0.3 gigs go, Rat Boy? Why did you and your friends sit on this for 6 months, Rat Boy? So yeah, apparently these people knew about the zoo stuff, the zoo sadism stuff, and did nothing. And tried to protect people. Apparently there was a number of the lies Toggle told to defend Caro. Apparently Caro said something to the effect of, or rather Toggle, the mouse person, said something to the effect of that Snake Thing, like, groomed Caro from, like, underage. Apparently Snake Thing was 21 when they started talking, and there's proof of that. Oh yeah, there's a thing here. There's a link to one specific podcast. This is the zoo... Maybe we should watch this one. Hang on. Okay, fuck this podcast. Whatever. This is just some dumb shit. Let's do this one. The Zoo Sadism Update. 54 minutes, 53 seconds. I don't think we'll watch the whole thing. But we're going to get into this one. I'd like to hear what the fuck they have to say about the Zoo Sadism stuff. Also, go and subscribe to Archive the Wolf over here. Very helpful individual.
Hello, my fellow zoos.
But yeah, we're going to look at this here because, again, the 13 minute and 45 second mark, Ark says, making up some bullshit story about Snake Thing groomed Caro into zoo sadism when Caro was underage. Caro was 21 when he and Snake Thing started talking, and all signs point to the meeting through a zoo sadist chat. And there's a lot of proof that there's a lot of proof as to Caro's age. So when they start making up some story about how Caro was like being groomed by Snake Thing, and it's not, you don't understand, he's a good boy, he didn't do anything, it's fine, don't be mad at Caro, he was a victim. That's not really true. But
welcome to a challenging and important New Moon episode of Zooier Than Thou. I'm Fausty.
And I'm Toggle, Doug Spink's faithful lackey/peon.
And we'll be your unwavering...
I know what Doug really likes doing with rodents, so I'm pretty fucking scared about my future on this podcast. It's a good thing your days are numbered, Doug, or else mine might be.
Guides for tonight's episode.
We've got a lot of positive comments on our last episode, but one of the funniest for us was, please stop doing comedy. Well, the good news is we really don't have a lot of funny things to say tonight. No fun interludes or spoof.
Yeah. Can you maybe stop making jokes about how you fuck like little tiny helpless creatures? I don't know. It's a little tasteless. Like, if you're gonna go off and pretend like it's okay and you're gonna support it, I mean, maybe you could at least make it a little more of a serious matter. Because every time I see him, this rat fucker on Twitter, every time I see this fucking rat and his like OOs and :3s and all that shit, we saw that earlier. If you're just joining the stream, we were on his Twitter earlier, and there was a lot of just like kind of, I don't know, trolling people that are shitting on him for fucking animals. And it's like, haha, you mad, bro? You mad that I keep fucking this helpless creature? You mad? Haha, you mad? It's like, and I said, you could not write a villain in fiction who is like that cartoonishly evil. I don't think that's possible. That's like that when you're at the point where you're like, haha, aren't you mad that I support raping animals? Haha, doesn't that make you upset? Aren't you triggered? Haha. I feel like that's at a level that like mustache twirling doesn't even begin to describe it.
This episode, though, they'll be back for the upcoming full moon one.
Literal rat bastard.
Suffice it to say, the past 2 weeks since the last episode have been intense. We're exhausted, we're tired, and I just want to thank Fausty for coming down to the studio at this ridiculous hour, because that's the only time I could get it.
No problem. This episode follows up on the last episode's exploration of the sadism leaks from last September, what everyone still calls, quote, the Kuro situation.
Can we just maybe make it clear that any amount of fucking animals is sadism? I feel like that should be said. I mean, yeah, what they did in those logs, it certainly goes above and beyond, but I feel like anything to that level is sadism and maybe should be viewed as
situation, unquote. Even though we now know Kuro was not a central figure in any of this. Little did we have any idea, but last episode's look at these torture crimes, and we now know that's a much more accurate word for what this is than sadism. That episode shook loose an ever-growing tsunami of previously secret revelations and details that have opened up a serious new effort to shut this particular torture ring down forever. We're going to lay out events since the last episode in chronological order, step through how each connects to the fast clarifying bigger picture.
So if you're just joining us, I guess I should frame this up again. This is a podcast by people that want to fuck animals. Where they talk about on this episode where they talk about the zoo sadism. So this is the pro zoophilia take on like Snake Thing and Sangi and people like that. So
and share our view of our collective responsibilities as a community going forward. There's a lot to unpack and a lot of it's unpleasant, but we feel like it's very important to talk about this. This stuff isn't fun. It's not going to get anyone voted most Popuzoo, and it doesn't make for easy reading. But none of that changes the need to face it honestly, directly, and courageously.
It started with the first email we received from someone called Shadow Wolf, who claimed to have insider knowledge of what happened with regards to Kuro in the first leaks.
Wait, Shadow Wolf S? Oh, I love him.
He said, I deal with this stuff. If you're really in doubt, talk to me personally. And of course, he sent a link to a giant Telegram archive, which we specifically said we did not want. So I told him to contact Fausty, and he did.
This fellow came out the door swinging. I've been watching you for some time, he says, but just boasting and intimidation right from the start. He said he had solid proof on Kuro being guilty of sadism. Okay, so provide it. He couldn't. Shortly thereafter, he conceded that there was no hard proof that Kuro actually did anything seriously wrong, that everything was purely circumstantial with regards to Kuro.
Oh, yeah.
He then proceeded
to... Kuro never did anything wrong. Link to my very explicit proof of Kuro doing things wrong. Yeah, there's a lot of proof. And I mean, I guess you can just play the, haha, it was photoshopped card with every piece of evidence that counters your narrative. But I mean, I feel like that card only works once. It's like a single-use debuff in an RPG.
Tell me that he knew where I lived. Did you know that I live in Chicago, Toggle?
Wow, that's news to me. I could have sworn you explicitly said you lived in Harmony, Pennsylvania on one of our episodes for everyone to hear. Such savvy misdirection on your part, Fausty.
This ended up being one of those conversations that's really difficult to gloss or summarize. Early on, he threatened me with some sort of dire consequences. Not sure what I was or was not supposed to do to avoid this, but oh well.
Oh yes, these fuckers are indeed defending Caro. I'm not sure what the fuck it is, because we looked at Caro's channel, and honestly, he has one of the fucking worst YouTube channels that I've seen outside of, like, Annoying Orange. Like, outside of the dog fucking and, you know, roadkill fucking, his channel is a fucking mess. I don't use the word cringe lightly, not without my stupid affectation that I put on it. That's honestly getting pretty cringe these days itself. But I don't use the word cringe lightly, but holy fucking shit, if the definition of cringe is not Caro's entire goddamn YouTube channel, I don't know, man, why anybody is fucking defending this guy. They're still defending this guy. I get comments to this day going, I think it is Photoshop. That's how the guy spelled it. Photoshop with an E at the end. It was adorable. Pinyor, why you know Photoshop? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I still get these people, and I don't know why the fuck anybody would like, why? It's not like he was a good content creator. He was an awful fucking YouTuber, and then it turns out that he fucked animals. I don't know. Watch somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, what is with this cult of Caro? It's crazy.
My immediate reaction, as is my usual policy, was to tell him to go ahead and do it, whatever it is. The best way to deal with threats is to jump right to the money shot and get it over with. Then you can loop back and continue doing what you were doing beforehand. Next, I was told that I was dealing with the leader of online zoos. Literally, that's the title he gave me for himself.
Oh, God.
This runs in circles from here, never leaving surreal along the way. Eventually, I'm banned from a Telegram group I don't belong to, accused of trying to out someone along the way. I don't even know who that was. Reminded of the dire consequences I was going to face. Basically, we're going nowhere, and I needed a second set of eyes because I just couldn't make sense of any of this.
So yeah, at some point, Fausti pulled me into this group chat with this guy, and I'm already like, I want nothing to do with him. So we're in this chat with 3 different versions of Shadow, and he messages me on one of them like...
yes, archive and chat. Ark mentions that apparently Douglas Spank, the dog here, the one that is a horrible piece of shit that died of cancer. Apparently, he knew about what a monster Tim Wynn was. You guys remember Tim Wynn? I barely do. But if we can just go real quick and take a look here. Oh, do I have the right thing? Well, I got this one. You can take a look at this one. This is the classic. You guys remember Tim Wynn? My cock loves puppy bellies. You guys remember Tim Wynn? Yeah, apparently this guy was... apparently the dog here, Douglas Spank, apparently he knew about Tim Wynn and some of the stuff that he was up to in like 2009 and just did nothing. So once again, as we listen to these people go off on how disgusted they are about these zoophilia leaks... zoo sadism leaks. Big difference. As they go over about how disgusted they are, just remember that this guy, this guy had the ability to out this Tim Wynn dude, whose cock loves puppy bellies. He had the ability to out him in 2009, and he did fucking nothing. And God knows how many dogs that can be measured in.
Why are you in this chat? And I'm like, I was added to the chat, and he says, leave. So obviously I didn't leave, even though I wanted to. He then called me a peon and a lackey, which was incredibly insulting, by the way. The whole time thrashing about and making demands. It became clear this guy was used to throwing his weight around and getting what he wanted out of people. And I was... Well,
you know, he was starting to thrash about, and he was getting upset. It was very cornered. This was very similar to every night with my spouse. So I honestly, it was second nature to me. I was used to that.
Not interested in being bullied around, so he kept harping on about how we didn't have any leverage on him. We couldn't prove anything. You know, the types of things people don't usually say when they're innocent of something.
That concept of leverage and who does or does not have it has been put to me more in the past 2 weeks than in all the rest of my life combined. I've been told I don't have leverage over people I don't even know, apropos of nothing, more than once. Leverage?
Well, bro, you have leverage over the only thing that matters, and that's the animals that you abuse. Remember, every zoophile is a small, tiny, weak little fucking child of an adult person who abuses little helpless creatures because, they just got bullied so hard. It's just so stressful for them. You need to understand. They just had a hard childhood. F's in chat, everybody. F's in chat for the poor zoophiles who, they just got bullied so hard. F's in chat.
In this case, it's someone who contacted us promising to correct errors in our last episode.
No, did I say F? I meant
to leverage in no time whatsoever.
One more time.
And remember, this guy had come to us claiming to have information on Kiro. And he doesn't. Strike one. He threatens me out of the blue.
Kiro did nothing wrong. He's innocent. It's totally bogus. It's a total witch hunt. It's total BS. It's fake news. It's totally fake news.
He tries to intimidate Toggle. Strike two. Then he claims credit for nailing Wolf, the guy in Cuba, and that's just strike out, buddy. But there's more strikes after that. Correcting errors that he never even points out, let alone corrects. Threatening me with who knows what for no reason. Creepy insinuations of being local to me by repeatedly sending me pictures of hot dogs. Yes, hot dogs.
Someone in chat mentions the little Z logo that they're using here. This fucked up little Z.
But
this is I think the Greek letter for Zeta or whatever, or the Greek character for Zeta, which is the letter, I guess. I don't know, but this is Zeta, I think. And apparently they use that to be more discreet about their actions. Let me ask you something. Do you think that if these people were truly proud about what they were doing, that they would need to hide behind things like that? It's kind of like the map people. I mean, if you're truly proud about what you're doing, do you really think you need to rebrand and do all this shit? Can't you just come out and say pound your chest with pride and say, yeah, dude, I do this? Can't you just do that? No, because you're not proud of shit. Because you're a pathetic little fucking bitch.
Hot dog. Hot dogs.
My mistake.
Not hot dog. Just hot dogs with ketchup on them. Really, at this point, who's counting the number of strikes? I'm ready to write this guy off as sort of harmless but crazy, tangle up in two-legger politics and weird Telegram zoo power dynamics. Unfortunately not all that uncommon. But then something kind of clicked. I mean, nobody legitimate uses zoo sadism or torture as background music for their Telegram shenanigans, do they? It's at first just a hunch, a sense that there's no possible way a discussion like this happens with someone living in what I now think of as the non-torture world. So I kept pressing him, by now so flagrantly that it risked tipping over into satire.
Here's the thing. Here's why I don't believe that any of this is true. First of all, there's proof that none of this is true. That makes me fully believe that all of this shit is just to make themselves look better. And also to make Caro look innocent. But the reason why I don't believe any of this is true, and why I don't believe that anybody who is pro fucking raping animals would have a real problem, a real actual moral problem with the zoo sadism stuff. The reason I don't believe that's true is because there's really no limits, is there? There's really no boundaries, no limits. There's nothing. It's just kind of you're already so far gone that you're fucking camels or whatever. So it's what's stopping you, really? I mean, what's truly stopping you? It's you've already indulged in something that nobody's ever gonna be okay with you doing in society. Honestly, you might as well just go that far. You know what I mean? And that's why I don't believe that any of these people that claim that they love animals. They love their dogs that they fuck. I don't really believe that any of them are truly all that morally against the zoo sadism stuff, because I don't know. I feel like it's at that point you're just too far too far gone. Anything is permitted. Everything is permitted. Yeah, I don't know. I don't buy it.
This is a completely not fun activity, but I had a sense it might just...
Guys, I promise it's not fun. I have no fun. I find nothing fun about raping animals, guys. I promise. This is me, Douglas Spink, saying that that this is not fun and I do not approve. Is the camera on? Is it on?
And it did.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why you're still goading him, but then Fausti's like, this is why. And he sends me a forwarded message Shadow sent from Akela accusing him of being a zoo sadist. After all, Akela writes, the best way to hide something is to pretend to be against that exact same thing.
Shadow sent me that to prove that he was friends with Akela? I have no real idea what he thought he was doing when he sent me that, but he went right into defensive mode after that. Show me literally anything you have on me that links me stronger to zoo sadism than Kuro. Prove it. You can't. Well, that's just not how someone not tied up in this shit acts when confronted with such an accusation they themselves sent to me. This is something else we've seen way too much of in the past 2 weeks. Ask someone if they are a torturing sadist, and the reply is, we can't prove that. There's no proof. Well, okay. I mean, an answer like that probably...
If you say to someone who fucks animals, hey, you rape animals, they'll say, there's no proof. You can't say that. You don't know that it's rape. You can't say that. There's no proof. You can't say that.
You wouldn't convince a 12-person jury.
You can't prove that it hurt my dog. You can't say that.
Beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt.
I can use your logic against you too, you dead motherfucker.
Count how many times I've ever had that reply from anyone in my entire life before the past 2 weeks.
May the fucking maggots and worms be turned off of your goddamn sour fucking body. You will petrify it to the earth's goddamn core because the soil will not accept you as fertilizer, you fucking degenerate scum.
On one paw with toes to spare, I mean... Given that I've spent about 6 years of my life in various federal prisons, that's kind of an interesting statistic in terms of comparing with the last 2 weeks.
Well, the conversation just got weirder and exponentially darker from there. Shadow started throwing everyone he could under the bus. He accused Akela of a profoundly destructive predilection after harping on what good friends they were. Brags that he's untraceable, that he's deleted all the evidence. Deleted all the evidence! Even though, of course, Fausti's been screen capping everything in real time, says that he'll just claim the conversations are faked. Then the unthinkable happens.
Well, I'd been trying to make a Telegram voice connection for a while at the end of this chat with Shadow. Mostly just to show that we're still in reality land here, and that we're still just two male humans exchanging language. Kind of bring things back to stable ground.
Just two male humans exchanging language, in the way that we can't really do with those animals that we rape. I love the way it's amazing how many times these people, like the guy I was arguing with today. Again, that guy might have been a troll, but I don't really know. His first tweet on Twitter was like, "Zoophiles are people. Oh whoa, ooh woo. # zoos" or something. So it was probably a troll, but. I still feel like it brought some interesting questions to light, and one of the things is like, I don't know, man. I just
just two male humans.
The way they talk, the guy said something about like, oh, why don't you read a book, lol? And I was just like, you mean that thing your fucking animal can't do? There's so many times that they'll use some logical thing where they're like, well, why don't you read? Why don't you read about it, you fucker? I'm just talking to you. Why don't you have a conversation with the zoophile? You mean like you can't do with the animal? There's so many times when they do shit like that, and it just makes it's wonderful. It's just a wonderful way of ruining their lives.
Exchanging language. Kind of bring things back to stable ground, as it were. Text chat can get pretty weird if left to its own devices.
This guy's being dudes.
And he's not answering, of course, and I'm not surprised. But then, after I tell him I've heard all I need to know and I've got other things to do, he actually calls me back. I take the call. I did tell him that I was recording the call so I can share it with others if necessary.
Let's cover something real quick. We're about 10 minutes into this podcast. I don't really think we need to watch much more of it. I think the rest of it's just going to be, yeah, and you know, Caro definitely didn't do anything wrong. And we definitely aren't doing anything wrong. But yeah, fuck those guys who did all those bad things, but not Caro, though. He didn't do anything wrong. All the logs and proof about those other people in that group, those are all true. But all the logs and proof about Caro, those are not true. It's convenient how literally every piece of proof about Caro just happens to not be true. It's really convenient. But yeah, I don't think we need to watch the rest of this. But yeah, I don't know. I just what was I gonna say?
I take the call. I did tell him that I was recording the call so I could.
The rest of this is just gonna be this guy going off, and I was gonna say basically, let's just cover something real quick. The guy that we've been listening to talk for the majority of the last 10 minutes of this podcast has been the dog dude on the left. And the dog dude is Douglas Spink. That's the one who died. The rat dude, the one who I showed the Twitter of previously, the one who basically now hosts the podcast. It's pretty much single-podly. The rat dude, he barely said anything for the entirety of that podcast. He basically said fucking nothing. For at least the 10 minutes that we were watching there. So, I don't know. I'm not going to say that the rat dude's probably happy that his buddy's dead so that he can take the center stage on the podcast now. But, I mean, I don't know. He sure can. He sure is the leader of the podcast now. Let's watch one more episode. This is 201, The Path Forward. I think we may have looked at this. You know, actually, I think we looked at that one. Let's do this one, actually. 9 minutes and 6 seconds. The Politics of Veganism. Sure. Let's hear zoophiles talk to me about veganism, because I don't feel like watching the entire YMS video that I talked about earlier, and this is probably a small microcosm of that. Oh, notice that the likes and dislikes are disabled, because this is a recent video, and I guess they got sick of having every video disliked to hell and back. Oh, and one more thing before we get started with this video. I'm going to just hang on a second. Let me just go ahead and do that. There you go. No, it's not what I wanted. Is that the one? There you go. There you go, baby. Let me just go ahead and do this real quick. Now again, I said this before. I'm not suggesting that anybody do anything. I'm not suggesting that anybody make any, moves or do anything that I'm doing. I'm not suggesting anybody do anything at all. But I will say that this is a podcast that promotes zoophilia, and there's an option to report a video for animal abuse on YouTube. I'm gonna report. I reported a couple of the other ones. I'm gonna report this one too. I don't think we need to check that one, but I'm gonna report this one too. And again, I'm not suggesting anybody else do this. Nobody else needs to do this. You don't need to worry about that. But I'm just doing this, and it's fine. I'm just gonna go ahead and this podcast promotes zoophilia. Oh boy, I can type. And the endangerment of animals. Please remove this channel from YouTube. Thank you. I'm just gonna go ahead and make that happen. And yeah, let's just watch this. Let's watch the video, everybody. Nope.
Visit us online at our website.
Again, I'm not suggesting that anybody do anything. I'm just doing the thing.
WTF. During a lot of our interviews, a lot of content gets cut out for various different reasons. But today, I would like to share some of the content that was cut out of a recent interview with members of the Verein organization in Germany. This touches briefly on anti-zoo sentiment.
What if we mass reported the zoophiles? Just joking. Unless, again, we don't need to do anything like that. Don't worry about it.
It touches on veganism, and it delves briefly into politics, but I'll pull you out before we get too deep. It also did not serve the greater narrative of the whole.
Yeah, satire.
So that's another reason why
this
part was cut. But I feel that this is a relevant topic of conversation and an interesting story that came out of this. So we're going to share this for you today, and I hope you enjoy it. I loved hearing your sexual psychologist just be like, and so yeah, this is how anti-zoos work. They lie.
Yeah. What was his name? Lyman Schneider?
Lie?
Yeah,
What do they think that we're lying about? Like, what? I don't know, man. I'll admit to you right now, I don't have a lot of medical facts to back up the fact that putting your dick in a puppy is probably a bad idea for the puppy. Especially if the puppy cannot verbally say, yes, please do that to me. Also, especially if the puppy is a puppy. Again, that was the thing. Like I said before, like, I can't believe that these people can have a problem with the zoo sadist stuff. And one of the reasons for that is, like, again, this ties into that thing that I asked before about what is the age of consent for an animal? What do they want me to believe the age of consent for an animal is? And the answer is they don't really have an answer for that. And so there's really nothing stopping any of these people from fucking like newborn puppies like those zoo sadist people do. And yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, there's nothing stopping these people from doing that. So why am I, to believe that you're not harming anything? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't have any medical proof to back up what I'm saying. I just have common sense and basic fucking decency, I guess, which is just I guess those are values that we're just lacking nowadays.
Something really long in German, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think the chat's engaging in an uninitiated. I did not ask them to press S to shit on this fucker's grave. But this fucker is already dead by the time that this podcast episode is happening. I did want to jump ahead to one like this that's newer because, again, the last one that we saw, the second or one of the first few podcasts on this channel, was being basically primarily hosted by the dead dog, the Douglas Spink, and now the podcast is basically being run by the rat. It's interesting, I mean, I'm not suggesting that this guy killed this other dude of cancer, because that's stupid, but I don't know, it's just I don't know. The cynical person might believe that maybe somebody might be glad that they've got their spot in the center stage spotlight.
It's a great book to tell the story about him, just for short. We had a discussion group on Facebook about zoophilia, and the anti-zoos tried to disturb the group and report it to Facebook, so Facebook would close it.
We're rats. We're the rats. There was a thing that they were saying before, though, about, hey, anti-zoos lie. And again, like, I don't know, man. I guess the point that I was just making before to finish that part, because I have been drinking a little bit, and my train of thought's been getting away from me a little bit. But to finish that train of thought, yeah, I mean, I don't know. They're saying that anti-zoos lie, but it's like, again, I don't really necessarily have a lot of hard factual evidence to back up what I'm saying, just like you people fucking don't. I feel like we could almost meet the zoophiles halfway. Not really, but we could also almost meet them halfway if we could both just agree. Look, I don't have any proof that you're not hurting your animal. You don't have any proof that you are, or you know what I mean? Like, you don't have any proof that what you're doing is okay. I don't have any proof that you're technically actually, like, hurting the animal. The fact that the animal can't consent is enough, really, in my opinion. But, like, you know, I feel like we could almost meet each other halfway if we could just both agree. Look, maybe we're not exclusively talking from 100% fact 100% of the time. Maybe a lot of it comes down to, well, I want to fuck this dog, and, well, I think it's disgusting that you would ever do that to a dog. Maybe we can just meet each other halfway like that. But on the other hand, fuck these people. I hope they all die. In Minecraft.
We opened it again, and it went on for about a year or so. And he joined the group one day because he was part of a...
What are we R-ing for? What is the R
of the vegan societies.
R for rats? No, don't R for rats.
He couldn't understand why vegan people would oppose zoophilia.
Right.
Because
it doesn't make sense.
He recognized zoophilia as feeling a lot of empathy, love for animals, and that would fit greatly into veganism. So he went into our group, and
I know we was rats, but we don't gotta do a letter for everything. Goddamn.
He started to ask about us and talk with us, and we talked with him, and we argued with it. And he found that there is no problem with zoophilia.
Right.
As a psychologist.
As one would.
And
he got a lot of problems.
For the anti-zoos, there are only two people. Those who oppose zoophilia and those who are zoophiles.
Right, exactly.
For the anti-zoos, there's only two people. Those who oppose zoophilia and those who are zoophiles. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to say that's probably right. I'm going to say basically... I'm going to say if you go up to somebody who's never heard of the concept of fucking an animal before, and you say to them, hey, there's these people that fuck dogs, and you ask them what they think of that, they're probably going to tell you it's not a good idea to fuck dogs. So, I mean, I'm going to go so far as to suggest that it's a pretty default thing. Either you're against it or you're for it. It's a pretty binary thing. I don't know.
And so, because of him having a more differentiated view, they concluded that he must be a zoophile. And so they had one of their most public activists, which name is not to be said.
Is it Voldemort?
He published stories about this person, and claimed things about him that were not true and where he would have to fight against because this would ruin his reputation as a psychologist. And yeah, he went through a lot of trouble just because he...
Okay, I no longer want to listen to these people talk. This is disgusting me. I feel the oil seeping into my skin. All right, I'm gonna say that's about good. There was one more thing I wanted to talk about, actually. What was the last thing? Hang on, let me look at Discord real quick. Was that? No, I don't think any of that was it. I'm not sure. Was it? Did I have it bookmarked? Let me check. Oh yeah, one final thing before we go. One final segment before we go. There is a zoophilia dating advice Twitter account being run by the rat boy genius himself, and the zoophilia podcast that we've been watching. Let's take a look. Ask Zoe, or Zoe Deschanel, I guess. Ask Zoe. Oh yeah, dating advice. Dating advice for the modern zoo. Listen to our advice segment on the Zooier Than Thou podcast. Looking for advice? Send us a DM or contact us at our website. Yeah, I don't know, chat. I feel like telling people to ask them for advice about abusing animals is a bad thing. I feel like that's a bad thing. Abusive or hateful. Engaging. Encouraging self-harm or suit. Alright, well, fuck it. I don't know. Twitter is a fucking cesspit. I have no idea how to report people for degeneracy on here. But anyways, I'm sure somebody else who feels morally obliged to do such a thing might do such a thing. But you know, I'm not suggesting anybody do that though. Let's see. Nearly back from my tropical trip abroad. I'm sure you've heard about it on the latest episode. Can't wait to hear your questions for the Ask Zooey portion of the next episode. Ever have a tricky time with the tricky ordeal of asking a suspected dog lover if they're a zoo? Well, in this month's episode of Zooier Than Thou, we probe into this subject. Don't talk to me about probing, you fuckers. How about you get probed by aliens and then never come back to Earth? And I do love a good probing. Oh my god. Okay. The solution? Humor. Heart. Listen to our humble little podcast for more. Again, I just like to imagine that I just like you all to imagine that you're a dog and you are owned by one of these people. And you're currently occupying a tiny, like 2x2 closet with like a chew toy, and it's dark, and occasionally if your owner decides to come by and give you food, you get to eat. And then they come by and they open the door, and you see your owner there, and it's light. It's the first light that you've seen in a little while. Then he decides to fucking rape you. How about that, chat? I don't know. Do you think that's a laughing matter, chat? Do you think that's something that we wanna? The solution might be humor for that. I don't know. I don't feel like that's a laughing matter. You know, a dog or a cat or whatever, what have you, just being, seen for that kind of thing. I don't know, chat. I don't feel like that's such a humorous laughing matter. I don't feel like people should be oh-ohing, colon-3ing about it. I feel like maybe they should not do that. I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. I just realized you can't see what I'm showing you. This is what I'm showing you. And it's not too important that you see it. But yeah, this episode's Ask Zooey segment deals with breed-specific legislation and the very real casualties of breed discrimination. Don't worry, though. Zooey's got some great advice on getting around all that nonsense. Don't worry, guys. These dudes, they rape all kinds of animals. They don't care about your breed or your ethnicity. These are honestly very progressive animal rapists. I appreciate how progressive these guys are being. There's a brand new Ask Zooey on this week's Zoo TT podcast. Okay. Zoo TT. That's Zooier Than That. I thought there was multiple zoo podcasts. God damn it. I thought we could go and all report a different one. I mean, I'm not suggesting anybody do that. Hey, Ask Zooey is taking submissions for our next episode. Have a Zooey question you need answered? Drop us a line in the comments. Yeah, does anybody need help abusing animals? I guess go to this Twitter, I guess. If you need assistance in abusing animals, you go for it. When a wolf decides that she likes the look of a handsome coyote stud and seduces him into a nice long tie, does that make her a zoophile? Asking for a friend. She's kinda shy, but hopefully she'll make an Ask Zooey appearance in episode 3 of the Zooier Than Thou podcast. Why is Billie Eilish trending? What an interesting question. Find out on Ask Zooey, a regular part of the Zooier Than Thou podcast. Ironically, Cats is also trending. Oh, God. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, this is the most disappointing thing since the Cats movie. Okay. Anyways, methinks the stallion doth protest too much. What is this? Dear Zooey, look, I'm a red-blooded, hooves-to-ears stallion, the real deal. A stud. God, I hate how these fucking people, role play as animals. It's like, you want me to believe that this is a normal thing, right? You want me to believe that you guys are, normal human beings, right? Are there any gay people out there who role play as other gay humans? Who just role play as non-specific gay humans? And they're just like, look, I'm a red-blooded hooves to ears gay man. Are there any people out there that do that? Because I don't think that's a thing. You know what I mean? I don't think these things are exactly comparable. And I don't know. The way that they do this, it's like, God, you're so obviously a weird deviation from what's acceptable to anybody that's got any kind of sense of morality, really. And yet you try to equate this shit. They so often try to equate it with, oh, well, we're just being suppressed by the bigots. That was what happened with me. Again, if you just joined the stream recently, if you just joined, you missed the segment at the beginning where we went over how the rat guy from this fucking cat fucker podcast has the opinion, because somebody left a comment on one of his videos, you see, about how, hello, I am a Nazi and I like DeadwingDork and I dislike you. I am a Nazi who likes DeadwingDork and I dislike you, and send tweet. They wanted to share that, and I don't know. I just there's a lot of that. There's a lot of this like, oh, you're just being bigots. You just don't understand that we're equal to this and that. And it's like, no, the way you fundamentally act at a baseline level, where you're doing like role playing as stallions and weird shit like that. It's like, no, you are far and well and truly gone from anything that's sane, from anything that's normal or fucking acceptable in society. Bottom fucking text. Let's do a couple more of these. Hey, Ask Zooey is taking submissions for our next episode. Feels like they don't really get a lot of... They've only got 18 tweets. How many replies do they have? They don't have that many. Did someone say werewolves? Rumor is Zooier than thou and Ask Zooey are taking a loving look at our hirsute heroes in the upcoming New Moon fractional episode 8.5. Insert the number of inches here. Insert impressive wolf howl. Oh, but it is true, Hart. What better way to celebrate the Samhain spirit than with a little transformative lunar nodding? Lunar nodding. Right. Okay. I think that's good. Nutty in Nova Scotia has a bit of a peanut butter problem. Dear Zooey, I love my human dearly. Oh, kill me. And recently we've decided to take that to the next level. But I've discovered he has a very strange fetish for peanut butter. I don't understand. I want to make him happy, but I don't know how much longer I can stand the taste of peanuts. What do I do? So the joke here is that it's a dog sending in this question, but the dog is upset that the owner uses peanut butter to attract the dog to, like, do the things. Oh, God. Okay, that's it. That's fine. That's fine. That's it. That's it for the stream, everybody. We're going to do some super chats now and go take a very, very long shower. Hang on. Let me get some good music queued up here. We're going to do an ending super chat thing here, and let me just... Oh yeah, we need this song. We definitely need this song. I'm very happy with how many... I gotta say, I was very concerned about the soundtrack in FF7 Remake. I'm very happy with how it turned out. It's not too orchestrated. I was worried that it was going to be too much just like orchestra sounds and not enough like diversity of instrumentation, I guess, in the way that FF7 had, where like Nobuo Uematsu knows how to use every fucking part of the buffalo. He knows how to use everything in that sound font. He knows how to do everything within the sound font. And it kind of felt with a lot of the pre-release stuff that the FF7 remake soundtrack was just going to be a lot of like strings and horns. But no, I'm happy to announce that it's not quite like that. And one song that is leitmotifed beautifully throughout the soundtrack is the battle theme, which we got queued up there. Let's do a couple more. The Underneath the Rotting Pizza, good song name. That's the actual name of a song in FF7. It's good. It's one of the better songs in the game, honestly. Dawn of the Slums, Shinra Tower. That's a good one. Still More Fighting. I love that one. All right, let's get into this. There you go. We're gonna get back to some super chats here. Let's see. $2 from Joe Vinny the Hyena. Oh boy, another dog figure stream. channel made so I could comment on stuff with $5, but the message was retracted, so, you know, delete this. $5 from Dr. Lace. Purge them, Papa Claw. I mean, you know, I'm doing my part. Mama Catswell with $5. Gotta love when degenerates try to pull the Nazi card as if that makes their crimes any less heinous. Yeah, can we just briefly go back real quick to... hang on, I need to show chat again. Because there's probably a lot of people who joined recently who didn't get the context of the beginning of the stream. Can we show this again? Hang on. Yeah. This is a comment left by somebody who, quote unquote, watches my channel. This is a comment left on one of the Zooier Than Thou videos on YouTube. Found this from DeadwingDork. I'm so glad I'm a Nazi. I'm so glad one of these guys is dead and in hell. Thank God, but I'll send the others to hell. Thank God for cancer. It's, again, as I said before, it's literally just like, hello, I am a Nazi, and I dislike you, but I like DeadwingDork because I am Nazi, and his viewers are Nazi. Like and subscribe. It's like, oh, it's just the saddest attempt. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. Sorry, let's get back to the super chats. $5 from Mew Ichigo. Please don't get Corona, Claw, okay? I love you. Stay safe. Have some weeds monies. Oh, I appreciate that. You know, I'm doing my best not to get Corona, and honestly, if I do get it, I mean, that'll be a story to tell people. My lungs aren't very good, though, so I probably shouldn't be that cavalier with it. I'm going to try my best not to get it. You know, I'll do my best. $5 from Marquis Desaad. Are you aware of the Zoophile forum that gives tips and tricks on exactly how to, cuddle their animal friends? Oh, I'm sure there's a number of forums like that. I mean, you can't possibly hope to, like, stop all of this on the internet. There's no way to stop all of this. There's no way to delete every zoophile from the internet. That's never gonna happen. There's always gonna be somebody that's doing disgusting shit. I guess the point of this stream, though, is more to kind of shut down the propaganda machine that is this fucking podcast, spreading all this bullshit and all these lies about, like, it's positivity, everybody. Just be positive. I don't know. You can't stop everybody from doing what they're gonna do. I'm sure there's a lot of forums. There's a lot of deep web forums and shit, too. There's no end to it, but, you know, I mean, if we can get a podcast taken off of Spotify, we can maybe get them banned from YouTube. Not that I'm suggesting anybody brigade anybody. That would be bad. We wouldn't want to report somebody who's doing illegal things for doing illegal things. That would be against the rules. Thank you, Susan. But, yeah, you know, not that I'm suggesting anything. But, you know, one step at a time. As long as you can kind of stop the propaganda machine. Keep them at least in the fucking shadows where they belong. $5 from Grinning Bug. Kloppa, you have to look into Equal Equine on Twitter. Bugger is way too open about the horses he deals with. Brownie face. Well, you know, if it wasn't for the fact that I would rather not talk about zoophiles for a little while. I've done 2 recent videos about this shit. I've done a stream recently about this shit. I've done this stream about it. I've done all those fucking zoo sadist streams. I would like to be done. I would like to move on from this shit for at least a little bit. I hope I got most of what I got in. I would have liked to have looked at the Equal Equine person, because I saw them earlier when I was looking at Twitter accounts. And that might be interesting, but I don't know, man. I would rather move away from this stuff for a little bit, at least. Don't let me sound like I'm getting mad at you or something for suggesting that. I'm not. I'm just yelling in the microphone as I do because I'm a blowhard, and basically just saying, I wish I could have seen this super chat earlier and maybe we might have looked at it, but you know what? I kind of feel like we're done with zoophiles for a little bit. Unless something else crazy happens. And then we might have to get back into it. But I would like to move on as much as possible. $5 from Illustrious Cabbage. I'm eating dinner with my family, pretending I'm not listening to Clawfather talk about sex weirdos. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Make sure your headphones don't come out, because that's a conversation you don't want to have. Somebody in my Discord recently was asking me about how to introduce his boyfriend to my streams, to my channel, and I was like, you might want to go into it with, like, the Jilly Juice video, or maybe the 90s internet video, and then somebody came along and said, or you could just go in with Sangi and, like, no lube. And I was like, yeah, you should probably just do that. Go in with Sangi. It's fine. $5 from Dirty Dan. If you don't expose the zoos, who will? Hey, man, I don't like to pretend that I'm some kind of crusader or anything. I'm just seeing shit on the internet that I'm disgusted with, and I'm reporting it where I can. And, you know, I mean, trying to bring some attention to stuff that needs to be, you know, no longer accepted wherever I can. I'm not trying to act like I'm, you know, some kind of knight in shining armor or some shit. That'd be pretty fucking cringy. $5.49 from Simon Williams. Love your videos, dude. Hope you're well. Okay, emoji. You know, I'm doing pretty good. Got an Oculus Rift yesterday. It's been pretty cool. My computer cannot hope to run anything in VR though, so looks like we've got some more upgrading ahead of us, boys. Sure wish I knew how to fucking upgrade a computer, but I guess we'll figure that out when we break the computer. It's okay. It's a shitty computer. But yeah, you know, I'm doing okay. $10 from Bungus McGee. I heard Cloud is in FF7 Remake. Hope I didn't spoil you. Damn, dude, you got me. You got me. Did you know it takes place in Midgar, too? Crazy. I'm sorry. I know I should have spoil warned that, but... Sorry, chat. Sorry to ruin it for you. $2 from Mr. Sadistic Llama. Love you, Claw. How was your Corona inside time been? You know... Not identifiably that different from my normal time, but I do miss taking walks. I don't know. It's not been so bad. I've been occupying myself with the horrible degeneracy of the world outside. So I mean, you know, it's fine. $5 from Abyss Walker Rat. It surprised... Boy, that's an unfortunate name to have in this stream. It surprised me that the dog dude that died was an actual criminal. Oh yeah, I think he's been in jail. I'm pretty sure Douglas Spink went to prison for being a fucking disgusting piece of garbage. So, yeah, I really hold no remorse or regret in saying that I'm so fucking glad that man's dead. Fuck that piece of shit. $2 from Chill Gelaton. Too high. $2 from Fal Your Pal. Introduced my BF to your content. Lost his appetite. Your man is weak. Find another. I'm sorry. I'm sure he's a wonderful individual. $10 from Channel I made so I can comment on stuff. Hail the Great Bear. Furry Bane. I'm not Furry Bane. Bane is Furry Bane. I mean, what? No, I appreciate that. $5.39 from Kramer. These zoophiles make me angry. I want humanity to make a covenant with the end of the cycle, so our souls are obliterated in repentance. S. Press S to spit, folks. $2 from Joey Rowe. Bully stream! Bully stream! I mean, if you say so, chat member. $2 from Dirty Dan. Spoofy be profiting off the pet pervs. Spoofy? Who's Spoofy? I don't know who that is. Maybe you meant Spoonie. Is Spoonie making him? Oh, wait. Oh, I think you meant me. I'm profiting off of the... Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know. None of you have to donate anything. You don't have to do this, but I mean... You do, and then I read them. So, I mean, that's how it works. $2 from Garfield Phone. Hashtag Vor the Zoos. $5 from I Hate Yankees. If you could snap one group of... Oh, if you could Thanos snap one group of people and make them go away forever, who would you choose? If I could Thanos snap one group of people and make them go away forever... Damn, that's a good question. I don't think it would be the dog... I don't think it would be the zoophiles. I think it would... It would either be pedophiles or people that like Metroid Other M. One of those two. $5 from the Beaver House. First time catching you live. Give me that dank bully. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh, I can't believe you've done this. Hang on. I'm sorry. I when you scroll down sometimes in the thing, it like refreshes them and then it screws up the scrolling. But what was it? $5 from the Beaver House. First time catching you live. Give me that dank bully juice, Claw Daddy. Again, you know, I'm not saying this is a bully stream. We wouldn't want to do that. That's bad. We definitely wouldn't want to do such a thing. Chat. $5 from Lord Vera. Nasty. These people are worse than microwave reheated freest that sat out overnight paired with ketchup from a sink drain. Oh, fries, I guess? Microwave reheated fries? Yeah. I mean, that's a fair assessment. I go with that. $2 from Ryo Hazuki. This is my first live, Papa Dork. Have my money. Oh, thank you. Enjoy the stream. I hope you had a good one. $5 from the Dying Fish, aka Josu. I swear it's gonna be a cult of zoophiles sooner or later. I mean, they kind of operate based on that logic. It's a lot of like lying to themselves and telling themselves things that they need to believe in order to. I don't know. Let's put the bite model to him. $5 from Ollie Curris. Hey man, glad I could finally catch a stream. Let us engage in a purely educational, non-bully stream. Thank you, Ollie Chris. You have the right idea. This is exactly what this is. This is just an educational stream. We're not meaning to make fun of this disgusting rat boy genius motherfucker who puts his dick inside of rats. We don't want to do that. That's a bad idea. $4 from Kara Shu. Take my coin in case I yeet out of the stream. Well, I hope you managed to have the stomach to stick around. $10 from Jyoti Tamero. First thing I signed into was hearing, what is the age of consent of animals? And I know I joined into a stream of making me question life. Makes me know I joined a good stream. I mean, I still would like to know, I would like to hear some answers from zoophiles what the age of consent for animals is. If it's not just whenever I, the owner, deem them old enough for me to put my dick in which case they're also pedophiles. Let's not beat around the bush. They also are that. $2 from Jane Doe. Can we put these people in a giant mouse trap? I mean, that would be pretty fitting. Or again, mauled to death by pit bulls in Minecraft. $10 from Joe Vinny the Hyena. Here's an insult to use. Your bold stupidity astounds me. I cannot level myself down to your level of thought. Yoshitsugu Otani from Sengoku Basara 3. Well, I mean, that sounds like a pretty good game. $2 from Michelle L. This is why the virus exists. Literally hate this. I mean, yeah. If only more people that fuck dogs were dying of corona instead of, like, good people and our parents. $5 from Awesome Ace Z. This is the first live stream I've watched. I had to watch the one featuring an animal diddler. The one feature... Oh, son. There's so many. There's so many to choose from people that fuck animals. It's fine. There's endless content. There's endless content. I really hope I don't have to talk about these people for a while. Jesus Christ. $2 from Electric Loss. First stream, it's gonna be good. I hope you thought that way at the end of it. $10 from Killer Queen D4C. Bully the hell out of these fools. I mean, you know, I'm not a bully stream. Purely informational, educational stream. $10 from Zippy. With an emoji of a hippo man in a gamer chair, and the gamer chair breaks, and the hippo looks fucking dead, and then it just says wrecked. I hope the hippo's okay. Jeez. $5 from Ivy Sunshine. Pamperchu called me a borzoi. I don't even know what that is, but you know, I'm so honored that Pamperchu stalks my streams. It's an honorable. It's such a beautiful, like, he's been such an internet like legend of degeneracy for so long. It's truly a badge of honor. It's a badge of honor more brilliant and shining than any play button that YouTube could ever give me. That Pamperchu chooses to stalk my streams. $5 from Meeb. As you brought up Sangi, I couldn't make the thought of how he'd look like a weird deek if his head was shaved go away. Well, I mean, he looks like a weird deek anyways. $2 from Ulrich. Claw, I'm a communist and I watch you. Do you accept me? No, please die. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I disagree heavily with your politics, but no, that's okay. As long as you don't fuck dogs. Listen, the bar for acceptance is really low. You're fine. 60 SEK from Gnome Piss. This is some advanced weaponized autism. Thank you for giving the people what they need. Take my neat bucks, Claw Bro. Well, thank you very much, Gnome Piss, the esteemed Gnome Piss Esquire. I appreciate that, and I mean, I don't know. I don't think the people need this necessarily, but I feel like it does maybe help a little bit to expose the world to this kind of disgusting propaganda. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Again, the reason that I made this, that I wanted to do this stream to begin with, was that this rat guy Toggle was so quick to be like, haha, aren't you mad that I fuck animals on Twitter? He wanted to troll people on Twitter, I guess. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like trying to make people mad on the internet about fucking animals is probably not something you should do. I feel like that might come back to bite him in the ass eventually. But you know what? I'm not saying anything more than that. $5 from Derek Stifle. Stifle yourself, Edith. Come on, stifle. Derek Stifle with $5. The wife of my pipe Sengi. What more could a man ask for? I mean, you know, Valve Index and a computer that can play Half-Life Alyx. That'd be pretty cool. $10 from Tucker Scogland. Okay, Clawman, little favor. Take the hook. Put it in my eyes. This stuff ain't sane. By the way, just found you a week ago. Love your stuff. Keep it up, big man. Well, thank you. I hope you enjoy this one. I mean, this is I mean, yeah, you want to claw out your eyes, but I mean, that's how you know it was a really good stream. £2 from Generous Hermit Crab. Second stream, still camping with sick goat. Much love. You've got a sick goat? I mean, just watch it 24/7. You never know what these fucking people are gonna do. $5 from Fenris the Rogue. Allegedly, the owner of Bad Dragon owned a site for reptile zoo photos. Good luck with the stream. Don't drink yourself to death yet, Claw. Yet? Man, that's the goal. $2 from Dirk Strider. Let me just go ahead and neuter humans. I mean, I feel like if we were able to neuter humans, that would give more validity to the whole dogs are on par with humans thing that these people try to do. So maybe we don't need to do that. Maybe we should just neuter zoophiles as a punishment. $2 from Swine Roach. I'm about to get yoinked as hell. Get yoinked, son. It's time to get goofy. $5 from Garrick or Garrich. First time watching your stream after hitting your YouTube rabbit hole. Do I need to switch to something stronger than Steel Reserve? I'm assuming that's some kind of booze. I'm not sure what that is. But, I mean, you know what? If it's not Everclear, you're not doing it right. $10 from Alexis Sanchez. First time catching you live. I've been binging your vids this last week while getting through a spot of depression. And it's been helping a lot by making me laugh nonstop. Keep up the good work. Well, I mean, the laughs are kind of few and far between in a stream like this, but I do try to tackle it with some level of humor. I guess you could say there's an argument that could potentially be made by like a zoophile, somebody who watches this stream who's like pro-zooier than they or whatever, could watch this and say, well, you know, you say that they shouldn't be laughing about, you know, what they do to animals, and yet I make jokes about these people and what they do to animals. And I feel like that would almost be a point that could be almost an interesting point if someone were to raise that. Except that, I don't know, I feel like the humor that I try to employ in these streams is sort of a, I don't want to say coping mechanism, but it's meant to help make us it's meant to help get us through this. it's like, this horrible stuff fucking exists, but, you know, man, I've seen some horrible shit, and at least I can be your guide. I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to, I don't know. Sometimes I have, like, mixed feelings about, you know, what I do as a streamer or whatever, and it's like, you know, I make jokes about this or that, and maybe I shouldn't necessarily make a joke about something, but I don't know. I feel like it helps. It helps people stomach what they're listening to. This was a very dry, serious stream where I just go through the things that these people are doing. I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't necessarily be... I don't know. I'm overthinking things, probably. I just kind of got down a bit of a mental rabbit hole when I read that. It's just a little bit of, like, preoccupation I have sometimes where it's like, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the wrong thing? I don't know. I try to be respectful, at least, at the very least, to everybody who's deserving of respect, which is to say anybody who doesn't put their dick in animals. Anyways, got a couple more songs going here. A couple more good songs. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, that's a very good one. There's a lot of songs from, like, later in the FF7 soundtrack that are in the fucking remake, even though it's just Midgar, which is concerning. It's a little bit concerning that there's that much shit that's gonna be, like, spoilery. I don't know. $2.79 from Biggs D Boy, Kiss Kiss. $2 from Some Weird Paste Gaming. Hey, someone on my stream mentioned you. I love it. Well, you know, I hope you enjoy the channel. I'm glad that someone, I don't know who mentioned me, but you know, shout outs to you. $5 from the International Historian. Lord help. I'm an essential Instacarter grocery trying to pay rent, and Karens are removing tips after I deliver cures to Karens. Oh, they try to get you in with the tip and then they remove it. Can they do that? Wow. Okay. I've never heard of that service. That's sounds like a bit of a flaw in the service. $5 from Spiffy Fishface. Be sure to play the banger that is Blast Hornet stage theme from MMX3. Also, I love the stream, Claw Papa. Also, you owe me a Final Fantasy Mystic Quest Volcano play. I will try to remember that sometime. Blast Hornet, I'm not familiar with. Have you heard of the glory of Volt Catfish, though? Hang on. Oh, shit. Volt Catfish is on my other hard drive that's not plugged in. God damn it. Never mind. Hang on. No, not never mind. Hang on. I want to show you guys this one. This is a good song. This has been FF7 music, but fuck it. We're listening to this one real quick. This is a good song. I know you said Blast Hornet stage theme, but you got me to play this one instead. So I mean, sorry, but this is the one that you made me think of. This is Volt Catfish. I like this one. Yeah. This is a good song. Anyways, $5 from Dirty Dan, a fat capital S for these sickos. You're telling me. $20 from Good Keck, mate. Just dropped in. Should I get some booze? I mean, I'm already there, bro. $5 from Danny Mendez. I'm stuck doing laundry while watching this stream, so thanks for keeping me company, Senor Clarino. P.S. Sangi looks disgusting as fuck. I mean, Sangi's our boy. Sangi is the patron saint of sex weirdos. How dare you say such a thing? $2 from Viper. I'm trans, and I think that might be a trans man. Oh, the toggle person. Hey, man, I don't care if you're trans or male or girl or whatever you call yourself, whatever you identify as. You're good. You're fine. But if you do shit like that, I'm just gonna call you disgusting rat fucker. I feel like your pronoun at that point is disgusting fucker. $5 from Z-Bird. First it was diapered furries, now it's zoophiles, Godclaw. What happens when you find a diapered zoophile? Oh, I think I probably have at some point. Just because they aren't public with it doesn't mean that they aren't necessarily that. $5 from Kippy Draws. Non-het people have prospective partners that can affirmatively consent. Maps and zoos do not. That's the difference. Yes, a person who has who has an interest in same-sex people, you know? The same rules apply to someone who's gay that apply to someone who's straight. You know what I mean? Like if you're gay, you're not suddenly allowed to fuck someone who's, 7 years old because you're gay. That's not the way it works. Because you're an ordinary human being like anybody else. You get treated the same as a straight person or anybody else under the law. You have to deal with the age of consent. You have to deal with, okay, well, if I'm 16, I can fuck this 16-year-old. If I'm 27, then I can only fuck people above 18. I don't know. I just, with zoophiles, again, what's the age of consent for a puppy? Like, how can you tell me that there's, I don't know. I'm gonna go off on tangents, but anyways, thank you, Mega Man X soundtrack, or Mega Man X3 soundtrack. Back to FF7 music. Hang on. Oh, that's relaxing. That's good and relaxing. $5 from Garrick. The live stream hits different from the VOD. Can't avoid the cringe. Gotta take it head on. Hurts real bad. Thank you for the stream, Clawfather. How dare you skip around the cringe, you fucker? How dare you watch one of my VODs and just be like, oh, this part's too hard for me. You have to get the whole experience, you fucker, or it's not valid. No, I'm just kidding. Once again, I'm just kidding. It's fine. I understand some things are a little too much. You can't have me skip past the part where I talk about some really disgusting, vile shit. It's understandable. $2 from Heather Peters. Not a better love story than Twilight. Not at all. $3.49 from Lottie Jen. I would rather die and meet any of these people. I think you mean then meet any of these people. Yeah, I would, I don't know. If dying meant that I could no longer spread the word about these people, then I mean, at least I'm doing something. $5 from channel I made so I can comment on stuff. Big floppy horse taint saved my life. Some Swedish guy who was bullied or something, I guess. Exactly, that's what I got from that video too. $10 from Redacted. Playing Animal Crossing while I experience the stream is like trying to enjoy my favorite meal while being repeatedly struck in the stomach with a sack of bricks. Yeah, exactly. Or it's like trying to eat a delicious steak while somebody goes through the meticulous process of how that steak is made. I don't know. Either way, probably not a good combination. $2 from Vengeful Pyro. Cheers, have some booze money. You earned this, man. Oh, thank you. $10 from Critique. Why does everybody on this podcast sound like Muppets with allergies? Because if they sounded like normal human beings, they probably wouldn't fuck animals. $45 from Kaboom. It hurts, but I still stay. Yeah, I mean, if that's not our slogan at this point, thank you very much. I hope you had at least an informative one. Maybe not a good one, but something informative at least. $2 from NyQuil. Take my $2 Papa Claw. Love ya. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. $2 from Danger Zone 17. Imagine what their Persona Palace would look like. Probably like a doghouse with a lot of bondage gear. $5 from Rue. I don't understand why people make podcasts just about how they get their rocks off, like zoophiles and maps. It's just dumb to me. Well, I guess the idea is to promote the normalization of it. But I mean, if that's what you're doing, then you are a criminal and need to stop. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's a support thing. Either way, probably don't do it. Don't do it where I can report you, at least. $5 from Base Knight. The picture that says zoophiles are welcomed. That's edited. I managed to show the original artist and they are pissed. Now, this person is responding to this picture here that I retweeted the other day. Zoophiles are welcomed in the furry fandom. Apparently that's edited. Oh shit, I didn't show it. Oh, sorry. Hang on. Apparently, this is edited. Zoophiles are welcomed in the furry fandom. That's edited. And the real person is pissed that their art was used in such a way. And I can believe that. Let me see. $2 from Super Cartoonist. How old should a fruit fly be to consent? That's a good question. $5 from some fucking shit in like Greek. I don't know. On a hot summer night, would you offer your throat to Caro the wolf with the red roses? I will ban you. I don't care how much money you give me, but thank you. $5 from Archive the Wolf. If it was Caro who shoved mice down his dog's throat. Doug covered mice with Vaseline and cut their tails off. Toggle knows how to pick his friends, Lamau. So, apologies to the memory of Douglas Spink for saying that Doug liked to put mice down his dog's throat and then cum down the throat and hear the mice fucking digest with the cum. No, that was Caro. That was Caro who liked that. Doug just cut their tails off and covered them in Vaseline. That's fine. Thank God that fucker is dead. Jesus Christ. 2,000 won with T Kim with 2,000 Korean won. Zoo dot what the fuck. Yes, exactly. I fear going to that link. $5 from I Love Your Sacred Cow. Props for curating such amazing kringe, and kudos for managing to hold on to your sanity. Well, I mean, I've done this a couple times now at least, so I mean, it's nothing new. $8 from Turashu Panda. Is the Douglas Spink on this podcast the convicted drug smuggler and bestiality farm owner? Or is that a different guy? I'm gonna say that it's probably the same guy. If he owns a bestiality farm, I'm gonna say probably the same guy. Too much of a coincidence otherwise. $2 from Mew Ichigo. Can we call this animal rapist Ellen Degenerate? Oh, Rat Boy? If you want to call him that. $5 from L1988. You are going to end up like common filth, staring into the abyss for too long. I mean, I've been staring into the abyss since like 2008 or some shit. I'm good. I mean, it hurts, but it's fine. It's I'm used to it. It's okay. I'm used to looking into the black hole. $5 from Dirty Dan. Last soup chat for the stream. My unemployment checks take a long time to get here. Stop giving me money if you're unemployed. Take care of yourselves, goddammit. I don't accept this money, but thank you. No, but seriously, take care of yourselves first, guys. Like, don't do this. I read chat on occasion. You don't need to do this to have me read your thing. I'll probably read it anyway if it's funny. I don't know. All I'm saying is just take care of yourselves, guys. Don't give me money if you can't like swing it. I don't know. Just look out for yourselves. £5 from Walt Disney. God heard this guy laughing at threats and gave him cancer. I mean, that's one way of looking at it. $2 from Joe Vinny the Hyena. Rest in pieces. $2 from Swine Roach. He's been in federal prison. The dead one. The dog. I mean, that lines up with what I've been hearing. Yeah. $10 from G Money. I get a little high when you say, "There you go, baby." Thank you, Claw. Well, you're welcome. There you go, baby. $2 from Knee Gears. The zoo sadist community gives me Nambla vibes. Yeah, very similar. Very similar, like... We're indignant that you won't support our horrible degeneracy. We're so upset that you bigots won't accept our degeneracy. Like, Jesus Christ. There are characters on GTA talk radio stations that are less of a fucking joke than you. I agree. Namble vibes, wholeheartedly. $5 from Bisditch. R for totally don't report. Remember, chat, I'm not suggesting you go and report these people on every platform. Oh, and by the way, I think they're still available on Apple Music, too. I'm not suggesting you go and report them on Apple Music as well, because that would be bad. But, I mean, you know, if I happen to do that after the stream, I might do it. If you happen to do it after the stream, hey, I mean, we're just two strangers passing, exchanging glances or something. I need to listen to more Pink Floyd. I haven't listened to them in a while. And I've replaced all my music tastes with Japanese music because I'm a weeaboo. But I'm trying to do Pink Floyd lyrics, and I'm almost there. It's close enough. $5. Oh, a pound 50 from Justine Lee. No message, but thank you very much. $2 from Meeb. Eventual dramatic reading of Dolphin Guy one day. Dolphin Guy? Is that a thing? I'm gonna just search for Dolphin Guy. Oh god. Oh god, the guy who had sex with a dolphin. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I mean, I might. That could be kind of funny. See, the funny part is dolphins rape humans, so I mean, it's kind of the just dessert. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. It's just a joke. But yeah, I might look at that sometime. $5 from Redacted. My cat sat down with me during this excrement thunderstorm, currently clutching my fur son protectively. Legit sick to my stomach. I mean, hey, as long as you're loving your cat in the right and appropriate way, you know, that's the only thing that really matters. $5 from Gank Spanker 420. I hate this degenerate topic so much, but I still look forward to your streams and vids, Claw. Well, again, I hope I can stop talking about these fucking weirdos for a little while, at least. You know. I know Ready to Glare actually just did a video about zoophiles on Twitter. So hopefully she did some effort in that regard to getting the word out a little bit and spreading the anti-propaganda, if you will. But maybe I can take a break and just go back to some Gachi Muchi for a bit. Something like that. $5 from Coyote Lovely. $5 from Coyote Lovely. Glad someone big is finally going after these degenerates. Man, don't call me big. Man, I remember when I still had 100 subscribers. You're making me blush. Shut up. Oh, thank you though. But I've been doing this for a little while. I've been doing I've had a couple streams about this stuff. Honestly, this is 90% of my fucking channel at this point. Do you know I started making like internet absurdity as a way of looking into people like doing pseudoscience and shit like that, like urine therapy and jelly juice. And now it's just dog fuckers all the way down. God damn it. Thank you, internet. You've destroyed my channel. $2 from Joey Rowe. Best stream to start with. Yeah, dude. Start with this one. You want to get your significant other, your parents? Tell your kids. Tell your parents. Come on down to DeadwingDork Streaming Emporium. I got disgusting shit for the whole family. And if you order right now, I'll get you half off on the Sangi stream. Yeah, let's just join this stream. That's fine. This is perfect. Johnny Sucks with $2. Dirty Dan meant Spotify, Claw. Oh, Spotify. Oh, okay. I think, yeah. I read something earlier that, I think it was Spiffy. I think I said Spiffy, because that's what the thing said. Yeah. But Spotify. $2 from TB179. There's a guy on Facebook who dates 2 Barbie dolls. Gee, Bill, why does your mom let you have 2 Barbie dolls? Have to look into that. 2500 CLP from C Tower. Have you gotten any weird ads recently? Seems that ads from weird channels are coming back. Sent you a Twitter DM a few days ago. Oh, I didn't see that. I haven't really been getting any weird ads. I mean, any more than usual. I got one ad for some fake phone game that has fucking FF7 Cloud in it. So, I mean, that's something, I guess. But not anything too out of the ordinary. $2 from Catherine. Data expunged. A dingo animation stream would be amazing. Dingo animation, huh? What's that? Sounds familiar. Oh god, it's the Yee people. Oh, is this the fucking... Yeah, it's the Yee people! Yeah, dingo animation stream, baby! Thank you for the suggestion. I may, in fact, do that. That's beautiful. That is a beautiful suggestion. That might be tomorrow as, like, a feel-good stream. Remember, everybody, Yee in chat for Yee. $2 from That Gastrodon. Look up Jennifer Diane Wright's sex doll superhero. Oh, sounds interesting. I'll search for that one, too. Oh, yeah. She created a video game called Boppin'. Alright, that's cool. Let me see. $5 from Quinn. You're doing good, Clawfather. You balance comedy and professionalism very well. I mean, I try to. I don't like to, I don't know. I think I took a bit of inspiration, I guess, from the that podcast on the left. If any of you guys have ever heard of that, or the last podcast on the left, it's called. And they talk about like serial killers and weird shit. And I was amazed when I started listening to them at the depths of fucking sheer depravity that they will talk about. They talk about like Albert Fish. If you have never heard about Albert Fish, chat, and you feel like you can stomach some depraved, disgusting fucking shit, go listen to the last podcast on the left talk about Albert Fish. That man is one of the most disgusting humans ever to have existed. So I mean, yeah, you can check that out. But I was amazed when I was watching their videos about people like Albert Fish and other serial killers and mass shooters and shit like that, cult leaders, and they would very well balance the sort of jokes at people's expenses, sometimes even at the victim's expense, but in somehow in like a tasteful way. I don't know. I guess I tried to take something from that a little bit. Maybe I wasn't successful, but I certainly tried. $5 from Lola Ray. Shout out to Dirk Strider. I love you, Homestuck boy. Also, Claw, love you, man. You keep me sane, Claw Daddy. Oh, I mean, you apparently like Homestuck, so I don't know how sane you really are, but thank you. I'm sorry, I don't mean to bully somebody who's being nice and giving me money and saying shout outs. I love you, man. You keep me sane. I don't mean to bully you, but it's just, you talk about Homestuck, it's just such an easy target, you know? But it's all jokes. It's all jokes. I hope you had a good stream. $5 from Regex Rex. Papa Claw, do a stream watching Chicken Hawk. Men Who Love Boys. Oh god, Chicken Hawk sounded funny for a second, but Jesus Christ. Raise that music real quick. Music gags, it's fine. Lower the music again. I have too much fun with that fucking Sangi. Anyways, oh shit. Okay. Chicken Hawk, Men Who Love Boys. Oh god. It's a documentary from '94. I don't really think I can watch a documentary on my channel, but I mean, that might be interesting. I'll save it. I'll look into it. $2 from Matthew Pearson. Use this money to find a cure for zoophilia. I mean, there is a cure, but I'm not allowed to suggest it on YouTube. Unless I talk about it in Minecraft, anyway. And then $2 from Roy Rochelle. I hope Dog Nonce suffered. Yeah. Remember, chat, let's get one final seminal goodbye S to spit in chat. For our boy, Douglas Spink, the dog and apparently fucking rodent rapist. Anyways. Yeah, that'll do it for the stream. That'll do it for me. I gotta go order some food, whatever the fuck's open at like 1 a.m. Eastern. I gotta go order some food. I got to continue drinking booze. And, yeah. That'll do it. Once again, I guess I'll just say, the takeaway from the stream, if you can take anything away from it, if I can suggest anything to take away from the stream, it would be, don't try to troll people on the internet about how you rape animals. Don't try to make tweets about, haha, aren't you mad that I'm a pro-zoo sadism, motherfucker? Aren't you mad that I rape my fucking animals? Don't make tweets like that. Because eventually you're going to make somebody mad. Anyways, take it easy, folks. I'll see you guys next time. Penis.